Volleyball action here on we-tv.ca. My name is Dominic Papa. Joining me for the broadcast, our color commentator and our expert analyst, Miss Stephanie Wilson. Welcome to the broadcast, Stephanie.
Thank you very much, Dom. I'm glad
Again,
to be
it's
here.
the St. Clair College Lady Saints taking on the Sheridan Bruins. Tell us about this game, Stephanie. What can we expect?
Well, I'm expecting a very exciting game. This is a big game for St. Clair College, and Sheridan.
We'll let you get to that right after the anthem, okay?
Right.
All right, now we'll get to Stephanie and get her analogy of this game this afternoon. Again, Sheridan comes into this game with an 11-3 record, sitting in second place. St. Clair 7-4, sitting in fourth place. What's key here today, Stephanie?
Well, with a great match win today, St. Clair College will be moving up the ranks to be third or possibly tied for second with Sheridan. It's quite exciting.
We're just getting the introductions of the starting lineups for the Sheridan squad under head coach Scott Hunt. Starting this afternoon will be number 2, Jody Bevan. Number 3, Eva Komkovich. Number 8, Joelle Parnham. Number 11, Alicia McCracken. Number 13, Dimitra Stathakos. For the St. Clair College Saints under head coach Chris Brecka. Number 12, Shalina Horst. Number 7, Cyril Yablonsky. Number 11, Kayla Crow. Number 5, Morgan Demers. Number 4, Melissa Gowdy. And number 1, Monica Rock will act as the libero. Our first telecast of St. Clair College Volleyball here on we-tv.ca. We will be back for a couple of more before the regular season ends with the Lady Saints, and then hopefully we will see if the playoffs indeed are at home. And if they are, you can expect we-tv to cover some of that as well. Our officiating staff for this afternoon, Stephanie?
Well, we have Mark Eckhart as the officiating on the perch, and Paul Higgins is the R2.
We're just awaiting now the opening service, and we'll have some great volleyball action for you here on we-tv.ca. Of course, the men's basketball team had a couple of games here yesterday and on Friday evening. The women take over the floor this afternoon. What an outstanding facility, this St. Clair College Sportsplex. Very impressive, and I'll tell you what, it's going to serve the Saints and our community very well. We are set to go on the service line for St. Clair College is number 4. This is Melissa Gowdy, who will start things off. Game 1. Serve is good. Sheridan handles it nicely. Going up, partially blocked, going up was Jody Bevan. And the first point will go over to Sheridan.
Yeah, Morgan Demers kind of struggled with that pass there off the tape of the net, but I'm sure she'll recover from it greatly.
That serve comes from Joelle Parnham. Saints send it right back. Sheridan goes up. Number 2, Jordy Bevan. Her spike is handled, and that goes off the block. It was number 5 for the Saints, Morgan Demers, coming up with that. 1-1. Sarah Yablonsky on the service line, number 7 for the Saints. The Bruins handle that nicely. Right side spike handled by the Saints. Demers goes up, her hit goes long and out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that ball got behind her quite a bit. If she has that ball a little bit in front of her, she'll be able to put more topspin on it.
Jordy Bevan serving here for the Bruins. Her serve is an ace.
That is the toughest serve, that perimeter serve, I tell you. And it was a float as well.
I'd like to welcome our viewer, Sean Lippert, tuning in from Florida, watching the game.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Bevan serve into the net. Point St. Clair, and they'll get the service back. Morgan Demers. Bevan handles it, moves it up court. Left-handed spike blocked by the Saints at the net. Going right back up. That was number 12 for the Saints, Shalita Horse. Here come the Bruins again. Off the block, out of bounds. Well played by the Bruins there.
Number 9 just has to press and seal that net a little bit better, and she'll be able to capitalize on that.
An easy spike handled there by the Bruins. This is play at the net, and let's see what they're going to call. They're going to say it goes to St. Clair.
There's no touch there on that block.
Sheridan leading 4-3. This is Shalita Horse on the service line. That serve not handled well by number 1, Emily Santos.
Nice float serve.
Back set. Easy one for the Saints to handle here. Gowdy's pass, a short one. Bruins handled it nicely. Going up big here is Eva Komkovic. Blocked at the net. Great save by the Bruins. There are 4 hits, though, too many. Nice recovery, but they couldn't finish it, Steph.
Yeah.
Saints have the lead now, 5-4. Staying on the service line, Shalina Horst. Santos spike handled by Rock. Saints come right back. Number 9, Helena Webb with a huge kill.
Yes, number 2 is a little too far deep to make that pass.
Horse serve handled by Santos, free ball. And the Saints Webb at the net again does a nice job. 7-4, a nice run here for Shalina Horse on the service line.
That overpass is a dangerous thing, and St. Clair capitalized on it.
Free ball here for the Saints. Gowdy, short pass, and timing just not there as Kayla Crow couldn't come up with the short set. 7-5, Saints leading it.
That set needed to be just a little bit higher.
Rocks, pass, works out.
Overpass, but effective.
It worked. This is number 11, Kayla Crow. Her serve, a good one. Santos, she's really struggling handling those, Stephanie.
She certainly is. She's swiveling her upper body a bit, and that's what's causing all the problems. If she would just plant and flex her muscles, then she'd be able to make that pass. This is Kayla Crow's first year playing volleyball for St. Clair, isn't it?
I believe it is, actually, and you know, to step right in and start like that, very, very impressive. She's from St. Anne's High School, lives in Tecumseh, 5'11", first-year player. Coach Scott Hunt has called the first time out of the game. He wants to get his girls, I'm sure, settled down and just get them back into that volleyball thinking mode. A few mistakes here 9-5, the Saints leading it early on here. The first game of this match between the St. Clair College Saints and the Sheridan Bruins. So far, St. Clair doing a good job in capturing this lead. On the floor for Coach Brecka right now is number 7, Sarah Yablonsky, number 5, Morgan Demers, number 9, Helene Webb, or Weeb, I should say. Also, number 11, we just talked about, Kayla Crow, and number 4 is Melissa Gowdy.
If Kayla Crow continues to serve those seams, she should have a good run on serves.
Serve from Crow, handled this time by the Bruins. Back set, left-handed spike, Saints cover. Gowdy back to number 12, that was Horst. Santos goes up, dug up by the Saints, free ball here. Santos sends it over to number 8, Parnham. Left-handed spike coming off number 3 there, Kumkovic, and it's long and out of bounds. Saint Point, 10-5 now.
I'm really liking that never give up attitude. That ball was really low and they sacrificed their body to make that play.
Bruins now try to go to the left side. That's Santos' spike, not a good one. Out of bounds. All Saints right now as they lead it 12-5.
Yeah, Sheridan's really struggling trying to get that ball in front of them to make an accurate attack on it. Oh,
there's a nice kill coming off the hand of Helen Weeb. Oh my, did she get that one, Steph?
Yes, right in position 1.
Timeout again called by Coach Scott Hunt. He is just not liking what he's seeing on the floor right now. St. Clair doing a nice job getting out of the gates here this afternoon. This is our first of a doubleheader broadcast on we-tv.ca. We'll also be bringing you the men's action shortly after this game, approximately around 3 p.m. We'll have that game for you, and hope you enjoy the afternoon of volleyball and here on we-tv.ca.
I'm sure Chris Brecka is trying to tell her team to really keep penetrating, keep working hard, keep staying in control of this game, and it's looking really good for St. Clair right now.
Of course, Stephanie, you played volleyball here, correct?
Yes, I had. Not in this facility, though.
No.
This is a wonderful facility.
Yeah, but obviously you bring a lot of volleyball background, and you're still coaching some?
Yes, I've been coaching for about 15 years now. I'm really enjoying it.
And where are you at?
Right now I'm coaching for South County Volleyball 16U team. I did coach my previous year La Jeunesse High School, and we did really well throughout those 4 years I attended there.
Yeah, well, that's why we have you here, for your expertise. We do appreciate that, that's for sure. St. Clair continues to serve.
Another
Kayla
perimeter
Crow.
serve.
Santos goes up, soft one, handled by the Saints. Gowdy over to Weeb, a tip, and she finds the open spot in the coverage.
Right in the pot. The back row was flat-footed for Sheridan.
Saints out to an 8-point lead now. Santos going to give up the free ball. Crow tries to get it to Gowdy. Nobody there at the net. Saints dig that one up. Gowdy, a one-hander. Horst just gives up the free ball here. Gowdy now puts it into the back row. Sheridan sets up right in the middle. Dug up by Horst to Gowdy, back to Horst. Nice dig there by the Bruins, play at the net, and we have hands on the net, and it's against Sheridan. Everything going St. Clair's way right now.
Another overpass, Dom. It's a dangerous thing to do that. It's a wonder the front row didn't crush it down in the pot.
Left-handed spike down the line, and they say it stays in. So Sheridan finally breaks that streak of points up as they will get the service back. They're down 14-6 in the first game here.
Nice run by Kayla Crow with her serves.
Emily Santos. Her serve goes long. Boy, unforced errors here, Stephanie. That'll kill you in this game.
Volleyball's a very mental sport, and you have to really dig deep when you're struggling like this.
Helen Wiebe on the service line. That spike coming off of the hands of Jordy Bevan doesn't make it in. Point St. Clair, 16-6.
It seems like Scott Hunt is having the libero do most of the passing in the back row.
Santos to Parham. A free ball here for the Saints. Horst comes over to the left side and finds Morgan Demers, and boy, they're finding a lot of holes in the armor there, Stephanie.
I see, they're just lunging forward. If they move their feet first, it would be different, but St. Clair is really capitalizing on this.
Weeby serve. Santos, her pass goes over the net. St. Clair has it. Gowdy will go back to Horst. Blocked at the net, partially dug up by the Bruins. Bevan, her spike, dug up by Rock. Play at the net, not played well there by Bevan. St. Clair comes up with the point. They now lead it 18-6. Very impressive start for the Saints.
Well, there's a lot of smiles I see on the court. It's good to see.
It's always fun when you win, Steph. Bevan's going up. Her spike goes long again, and you can see even the Saints are almost backing off, Stephanie, saying, go ahead, take the hit. They're just not finding the court.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, there's something going on with their timing, with their attack. Nice serve.
And again, a tough serve, as Stephanie alludes to. Weeby doing a nice job on the service line. Her team up now 20-6.
It looks like the Sheridan College passers are just not getting it to the sweet spot on their arm with the forearm pass.
Bevan's going to go up. Soft spike dug up by Weeby nicely. Gowdy saves it over the net, and a good play at the net by Jordy Bevan as she finds St. Clair in disarray and finds a hole. 20-7, Sheridan gets the serve back. It'll be number 11, Alicia McCracken. Horst over to Gowdy. Gowdy to Demers. She'll give up the free ball in the back row. Parham over to Bevan. Dug up by Weeby. Gowdy, nice pass to Demers. Blocked at the net.
Looks like
Point Sheridan.
That ball was too far in front of number 5 there. She'll get it together, I'm sure. Wow, a lot of unforced errors by Sheridan. Quite surprising considering their ranking.
Yep, 21-8 they're down. First contest here of this match. St. Clair is looking very good right now. Gowdy's serve. Bevan going up. Off the hands, stays in, and Sheridan puts together a nice play. Bevan a tip over the net. Gowdy's going to serve back to Horst, and she kills it.
That was a beautiful set. Beautiful set. That was a nice tandem. We couldn't tell whether she was going to set to the right side or the middle. It was wonderful.
Sarah Yablonsky on the service line. 3 points away from a victory here. Gowdy. Short set. Oh my, does Kayla Crow crunch that one.
I'm telling you, St. Clair's really capitalizing, and there's a lot of scrambling going on Sheridan's side.
They're going to say that one went out. Still look good though, Stephanie. Tip at the net, the Bruins dig it up. This is Santos going up off the net and out of bounds. St. Clair ball.
No touch from the block.
23-10 Saints.
St. Clair just has to push 2.
Morgan Demers going to try to find those 2 points.
Another perimeter serve.
Left-handed spike again off the hands of Gowdy, and she can't control it.
A little bit of hesitation in the back row for St. Clair.
Gowdy's pass doesn't go clean, goes over the net. Santos blocked at the net, she digs it up. And they're going to say a double hit against Sheridan.
Double contact.
Game point here for the Saints. 24-11, they lead it. Shalita Horst going to try to finish off the job here.
Beautiful float.
Blocked at the net by Weeb. And that one goes out of bounds, and that's it. Game one is in the books. The St. Clair College Saints, 25. The Sheridan Bruins, 11. We're going to take a timeout here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex. When we come back, we'll have game two of this contest between the Saints and the Bruins. You're watching OCA Volleyball on we-tv.ca.
One out of 7 children across Canada are at risk of going to school on an empty stomach. That's why Breakfast Club of Canada provides a healthy breakfast to school kids nationwide every day, which can help to build a bright future for Canada's children. But there are still many more children who need our help. So please help us provide breakfast to the children who need it. Donate now on our new giving platform, ICanGoWithout.com, and visit breakfastclubcanada.org for more information.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario. You're watching OCAA Volleyball on we-tv.ca. Dominic Papa, along with Stephanie Wilson, bringing you all the action. Game one was just completed. The Saints win it 25-11. They lead 1-0. Stephanie, a pretty good first game for the Saints. Really didn't make many mistakes there. Service was really good. Made some key plays. If anything, the Bruins looked really totally out of sync here.
Yes, the Bruins had quite a few unforced errors. St. Clair College really served well, and they capitalized on a lot of free balls sent over by Sheridan College.
So in a moment, we'll have game two of this match. Stephanie, I'll let you take a look at some of the stats, and you can get them to our viewers in just a moment, what you think was standing out to you very well. Again, I thought the service was really good for St. Clair. I would imagine the stats are pretty dominant and pretty lopsided at this point in lieu of what we just saw in that first game.
Yes, well, it looks like Helen Wiebe really dominated with kills. She had 3 kills. Morgan Demers had 2, and Shalena Horst had 1 kill. 2 serving aces for St. Clair, Kayla Crow and Shalena Horst.
All right. Sounds good, Steph. Melissa Gowdy with 5 assists. She had a dig as well. Morgan Demers was very, very busy with 6 attacks and 2 kills for herself. As you mentioned, Helen Wiebe had 3 kills. Shalena Horst only had the 1 kill, but she had 7 attacks. She was very busy in that first game, and she was somewhat of a force in that first contest. So
I agree, Dom, I agree.
Yeah.
But what was also a force was those perimeter and those seam serves. The Sheridan players just could not pass. They really struggled. Actually, I believe they took 2 timeouts to try to recover from it.
Yeah, Coach Hunt, very concerned early on in the contest, called the timeouts. Still couldn't get the girls out of the funk there. But the beautiful thing about volleyball, that was only the first game. You come back here now, Stephanie, you put that one behind you and you work from here at this point. And again, Sheridan's a very, very solid volleyball team. They've got a great program. And I'm sure we're going to see something a little bit different as we go on here in the afternoon.
Well, they are missing a key player, Melissa Capillanetti. She has a torn ACL. Happened against Humber College, and she attacked out of left side and ruined her ACL.
Well, obviously she's a big loss because her stats, we got to see her stats in that before the game, Stephanie, and her numbers are very impressive. She is obviously one of the key cogs to this team. She has 135 kills. That leads the team. So when you're missing a player like that, St. Clair obviously is going to try to take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
1-0 Saints get the first point. That's Bevins going up. Her spike dug up, and it goes out of bounds, so Sheridan will get the ball back. 1-1 early on here in Game 2 of this match between the Bruins and the Saints.
Well, Melissa Gowdy kind of drifted a little bit in her passing, and that's why it went out of bounds.
Jordy Bevan on the service line. Her serve, a good one. Rock digs it up, tries to get it to Gowdy, and play at the net. It looked like number 7 of the Bruins, Jacinta McAndrew, got her hands on it and made life miserable for the Saints. Bevan stays on the service line. Her serve goes into the net. And there you go. We saw that in the first game, Stephanie. There's no call for that. I'm sorry, but at this level of volleyball, serves into the nets just are unacceptable.
That is just a gift for the other team.
Demers for the Saints. Bevins. This is Simkovich. Her spike left-handed, out of bounds.
Yeah, that set was kind of wide off the net, and that's why she struggled with that.
Saints get the ball back. They're leading 3-2. They also have a 1-0 lead in this match. Bevins from the back court. Nice job there.
That was a kill. Looks like she just cut around that block easily.
3-3 now the score. Jacinta McAndrew for the Bruins. Demers to Gowdy. Gowdy to Horst. Off the hands. Bruins come up with it. McAndrew, free ball for the Saints. Rock to Gowdy. To Wiebe. Spike partially blocked. Santos spike finds a hole in the St. Clair defense.
Yeah, that's an align attack. The libero has to struggle to decide to pass between seam and line, and sometimes it's hard to tell where she needs to be.
4-3, Sheridan leads it. Gowdy's going to go to Wiebe this time. Blocked at the net. Wiebe digs it up, puts it back over. Santos blocked at the net by the Saints. A double block there. Simkovich, her free ball goes over to the Saints. Wiebe, a soft one, handled by the Bruins easily. Simkovich, a soft one into the back row. Rock dive, saves it. Gowdy gets it up to the front court, and the Saints keep the ball in play here. Short set, Gowdy can't control it. Nice execution there by the Bruins.
Gowdy was up a little bit too high to receive the ball. That's why it shanked off her arms. Wonderful dig by Monica Rock, though.
McAndrew stays on the service line, and that time the serve goes long and out of bounds. A break for the Saints. Sheridan leads it 5-4.
It's a beauty about volleyball, Dom. Momentum could switch at any time.
Bevan's spike, not handled well there by Demers, and off her hands and out of bounds.
And Demers reacted instead of responded. She had her hands down low. She's got to get them up higher a little bit sooner.
Demers digs it up to Gowdy. Horst, just a soft one, finds a hole in the defense. Wow, that was like the seeing eyeball, Stephanie.
Right in the pot. Lots of topspin on that.
6-5, Sheridan leading it. Kayla Crow on the service line. Tip at the net, blocked by the Saints. It looked like Wiebe got her hands on it. Helen Wiebe, a 6-foot player from Leamington District. And that one falls nicely for the Bruins. They get the ball back.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow transition. Couple points for Kayla Crow, though.
7-6 Sheridan. Emily Santos on the line for the Bruins. Rock to Gowdy. Gowdy goes back to Wiebe. She gives up the free ball. Simkovich going up left-handed. Damaris to Gowdy. To Wiebe. Saved by the Bruins. Tip at the net. Horst digs it up. Jablonski to Gowdy. Over the net. And they're going to call Gowdy on the net. Point Sheridan. That makes it 8-6 for the Bruins.
Seems to be a little bit of a communication breakdown between the right side hitter and Gowdy.
Service goes long. Again, a break for the Saints. They'll take it. They're down 8-7. Helen Wiebe, number 9. Service into the net. Ouch.
That's not a good time to have that happen. Score's a little bit too close for that. Mental errors.
Alicia McCracken serving for the Bruins. Rock handles it to Gowdy. Gowdy short set to Jablonski, and it catches the Bruins off guard.
Jablonski really pushed that ball. It worked out well.
Nicely executed by the Saints there. Gowdy serves. Jordy Bevan with a nice spike dug up by the Saints. Damaris tips at the net. Here come the Bruins one more time. They'll go right back to Bevan. Her spike off the block and out of bounds. Jordy Bevan definitely has her timing on. Very impressive. Jordy Bevan, a third-year player from Oakville, Ontario for the Bruins. Jablonski a tip, saved there by Bevan. Bevan will go back up, soft one into the hole, and the Saints can't get to it.
It's kind of tough. Yeah, the fastest transition is the best offense and defense, and at that time the St. Clair College Saints stayed at the net. Monaco's all alone to try to make that dig.
Tipped at the net there by Horst, and it works out for the Saints.
They're finding that pot, that hole in the center.
That makes it 11-9 Sheridan. Sarah Jablonski on the service line. Simkovich gets the spike off the block, and St. Clair can't recover.
Have to move their feet first. Again, they're trying to lunge towards the ball.
Jordy Bevan will go to the service line for the Bruins. Her team up 12-9 in the second game here. Rock to Gowdy. Gowdy going to go to Horst. Tip at the net.
Out of bounds.
That one goes out of bounds, as Stephanie mentions. Saints get the ball back 12-10. Morgan Demers will try her luck on the service line.
She has a beautiful float serve.
Unfortunately, that one floats out of bounds, Stephanie.
Yes, it did.
Just, you try to give the girl some props, and then she lets you down like that.
I know. It's so mental, the game.
We've got a timeout called on the floor by the St. Clair College Saints. You just never know, right, Steph?
At one timeout could totally change the momentum of the game, and I'm looking forward to a much tougher St. Clair offense and defense coming out off of this timeout.
Yeah, Coach Brecka wants to get the girls back into that rhythm they had that first game where they took it 25-11. They're down 13-10 here. And it's amazing, and that's what I love about this sport. You mentioned it, Stephanie, how the momentum shifts, and there's a number of momentum shifts throughout a game. That's the thing. And I guess volleyball, I mean, you have to have that physical ability, but I would say really more than half the game is mental.
Yeah, as a coach, I look into my athletes' eyes, and I can see whether they're into this game or not. Mm-hmm. And you just look, you can see the passion and their drive and their tenacity, and they're going to go for it. If they look a little hesitant or a little uncomfortable, it's just not going to work out. So right now I'm seeing St. Clair, they're really digging deep, trying to recover from this 3-point deficit.
Well, let's see what they can do. They're down, as Stephanie mentioned, 13-10 to a very good Sheridan Bruins team. That helps right there, that's for sure.
That's another gift for St. Clair.
As number 7 served, Jacinta McAndrew puts it right into the net. Shalina Horst on the line for St. Clair. Good hard serve, and the Bruins just can't come up with it. Horst has been very effective on the service line today.
The toughest serve to pass up is that float serve because it moves on you and it's very difficult to track the ball.
It's almost like a knuckleball in baseball. It's going in 20 different directions.
That's right. 1 inch makes all the difference.
Simkovich blocked at the net by, who's that, Crow and Wiebe. Oh my, what a wall they put up.
That is a humbling block, I tell you. St. Clair, Sheridan must be really feeling very uncomfortable right now.
13-13, the Saints have come back on to even terms here. Simkovich goes up again and out of bounds. What are they going to say? They're going to say it. No, they're going to give it to St. Clair.
No, I didn't see a touch. That ball didn't move in any direction after that attack.
All right, so St. Clair grabs the lead now, 14-13. Let's see if the Bruins can get back on track here. Simkovich, a soft one, finds the open spot in the back of the court. Nice job there by number 3, Eva Simkovich, a 4th-year player.
She's up to serve right now.
Horst to Gowdy to Wiebe. Wiebe gets the kill and does the job, tying this game, or taking the lead back, 15-14 for the Saints.
They're sending a lot of hits, a lot of quicks to her. They're trying to capitalize on the height difference in the front row.
Kayla Crow's serve. And a nice job there right in the middle by Joelle Parnham as she caught the Saints a little bit off guard. Taking that pass and putting it over the net immediately. 15-15. Santos. Horst handles it to Gowdy. Short set to Yablonski. Handled by the Bruins. Free ball coming up for the Saints. This will be Horst to Gowdy. Back to Horst, and she just wasn't ready for it. Gowdy blaming herself.
A communication breakdown.
Santos. Good hard serve. Rock handles it to Gowdy to Wiebe. Wiebe gets it. Puts it over the Bruins. Handle the spike. It's going to be a free ball for the Saints. Demers to Gowdy. Yablonski tips. Simkovich digs it up. Bevins goes up for the Bruins.
Good
Saints
coverage.
cover. Tip at the net. Rolls on the net. And out of bounds it goes as Gowdy couldn't control it.
That's just a little bit of bad luck for St. Clair for that one.
17-15 now. Sheridan grabs a 2-point lead. This game back and forth here. Rock to Yablonski to Wiebe. Wiebe will give up the free ball. Santos didn't get everything on that kill. Wiebe goes up and she does the job.
Got it done. You know, the back row, Monica Rock is doing a really good job passing off of the service reception, getting it in front, getting that pass in front of the attack line, so the setter has lots of options for the attack.
Pam tried to set up Alicia McCracken and it doesn't work out for the Bruins, so the Saints come right back and get back on even terms here, 17-17. Game 2 of this match. Saints took the first one, 25-11. And again, the Bruins not handling that serve well. Saints grab a 1-point lead.
There's that float I was telling you about,
You called it.
It's a
You did call
wicked
it.
moving thing, especially with those Mikasa balls. They really like to move. Timeout for Sheridan College.
Yeah, Scott Hunt, again, not liking what he sees out there, so he wants to get the girls settled down. And is there any game, Stephanie, I know it's a best of 5 basically, but is there any one game that people like to pick out a pivotal match of a playoff series? Is there any one game that's kind of pivotal in a match?
You know what? It really depends on the group of athletes that you have. You have to have some athletes that you have are really good comeback kids, and then others, they like to dominate or else they'll fall apart. So it's really, really difficult to tell. And again, because this game is so mental, any kind of momentum switch, it's very, very challenging at times. That's why I love the game so much. It's like a chess match.
Love volleyball. Of course, my height didn't help me, so I played, but I was always a setter.
Well,
and I love being that.
Well, setter is the quarterback of the team, right?
And I didn't mind that,
Very
actually. I enjoyed
role.
it. But really loved the game when I got to play, and I think it's an outstanding sport. Great athletes, and just the way they can play the ball and things like that, just outstanding to watch. Wow. Those serves are just causing nightmares for the Sheridan Bruins.
It looks like those seam serves, there's a communication breakdown between the libero and the other passers on the outside.
Gowdy saves that one. Wiebe back to Gowdy. Gowdy's going to give up the free ball, blocked at the net. Now the Saints get it over, and they get the point.
Touch out of bounds by the libero.
Yablonski catching the Bruins a little flat-footed there. Saints now have a 3-point lead, 2017. Helen Wiebe staying on the service line. And we're getting it questioned here. Joelle Pamham
Another timeout.
questioning it, and Coach Scott Hunt wants to talk about it. Not impressed. Scott Hunt having a few words for the officiating crew. He's not happy. I think he's got bigger problems. I think he's got bigger problems than the officiating right now.
Yeah.
Definitely, to be honest with you.
The call seemed pretty clear. I don't quite understand why he's upset about it.
You know, you wonder. You mentioned the key player that's out of the lineup here today. For
Melissa Capoletti?
Capoletti. You wonder if a player makes that much of a difference. I mean, her numbers are extremely impressive. I mean, obviously she's a key element to the Sheridan success, but you know, you'd like to think that sometime depth comes into play and that your team is deep. Let's face it, you have to be deep if you're going to be a premier team in OCA volleyball.
Well, you can always have a really strong defense, but if you can't put the ball to the floor the way Melissa Capoletti does from her stats, you're going to struggle.
Yep. Back to action here as the Saints continue to serve. Bevan comes up with it, and that one stays in bounds, or are they saying it went offhand? Either way, it's going back to Sheridan.
Off the hands from number 7.
That would be Sarah Yablonski. Rock to Gowdy. Gowdy just sets it up for Yablonski. Free ball here for the Bruins. Pamham to Bevins, dug up by Wiebe. Rock hustles over. Free ball as Yablonski puts it in the back. Bevins up, no tip. Nice play there by the veteran Jordy Bevan.
She seems to be the only one that can really put the ball down for some reason for Sheridan right now.
Number 11, Alicia McCracken on the line. Her team down a point, 20-19. Wiebe to Gowdy. Gowdy's going to go cross court. Horst has to just save it. And it works out for the Saints. Wow.
That was a communication breakdown again with St. Clair College, but Sheridan was sleeping again. They were flat-footed and couldn't make the play.
Now the Saints up 21-19. Looking, threatening to go up 2-0 in this match. Gowdy. Serve goes deep. Bevins goes up, and that goes side out.
Evans tried to drop her thumb so she can cut around that block, and it went out of bounds.
Saints now with a 3-point lead. 3 away from another win. Dug up by the Bruins. Bevins goes up off the block. The Saints play it. Wiebe to Gowdy. Gowdy to Yablonski in the middle. Play it to net. Continues on. Bevins will go up again. Blocked again by the Saints.
Oh.
Off the net. Damaris plays it. Wiebe gives up the free ball. Tip right in the middle, and Gowdy just can't get to it. Sheridan gets the point and the ball back.
That ball was going out of bounds and Damaris played it. I guess she thought it was too close to the line to let it go.
Pam service goes right into the net. Unacceptable.
Mental
Stephanie.
errors. And that was at the bottom of the tape, Dom.
Yep. Yeah. 23-20. The Saints 2 points away. Yablonski. Unacceptable. Wow.
This is a critical time for this to happen.
Yep.
St. Clair just has to push too, and they'll get another victory.
Jordy Bevins, service for the Bruins. Good hard serve. Rock can't handle it. (23-22) St. Clair. Bevins on the service line again. On the line. Horst goes up. Set was not clean. Free ball coming up here for the Saints. Gowdy to Horst. Over to Wiebe. Free ball again. Passing not crisp here, Stephanie. Rock digs it up, and Horst saves it. Free ball. Back set. Simkovic blocked at the net by the Saints. Wow.
That was a lucky one because their passes were not very effective, and that affects the set, and then everything else, it's a ripple effect. They're sending too many free balls over.
Game point here for the Saints. Demers. Pam. Simkovic. Gowdy got a hand on it but couldn't control it. The Bruins are still alive.
Yes, Melissa Gowdy committed a little bit too soon and had to reach her arm up to try to contact that ball.
Pam serve. Handled by Demers. And Sheridan gets back on even terms here. 24 all.
Chris Beck is
Timeout.
calling a timeout.
Saints call a timeout.
This is a good time for it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of communication breakdown going on. They're just reacting and not responding. It's like they're panicking. They need to get back into control, make these last 2 points, and they have a little bit of leave room for the last set.
Chris Brecka, a very solid volleyball player in her day, was an all-star with the university, and tell you what, she was a fierce competitor. I remember watching and covering Chris as she played, and just an outstanding player, and I was very happy to hear when she got into the coaching ranks. What a bonus for our community to still have her involved with volleyball, and
Absolutely.
she does an outstanding job with this program. Chris Brecka does, that's for sure. So here we go, 24 all. Number 7 on the service line, that's Jacinta McAndrew. Gowdy back to Horst. Her spike handled by the Bruins. Simkovic into the net. They're saying no, they're saying it went out of bounds. I didn't think that got over actually though, Stephanie.
Oh, that got over, but that angle just was going right out of bounds. Good play for St. Clair.
Yep, 25-24, game point for the Saints. And there it is, St. Clair wins it.
Sheridan with an overpass. Again, they're struggling with their passing.
Second set goes to St. Clair. They win the first set 25-11. They hang on to the second set 26-24. And now they look for the sweep here, Stephanie.
This is a good position for St. Clair. They have a little bit of leg room now. I just hope they don't let up because, again, this game is very mental. They have to dig deep and continue in the third set.
Yeah, and of course, as you mentioned, they can play a little bit looser now, and certainly the pressure, all the pressure on Sheridan. Coach Hunt's got to find a way to get his girls to, do things, execute a little bit better, but also not worry about this being possibly the last game here.
Well, they seem to be depending on Jordy Bevin quite a bit. So if they can get another person to start attacking the ball a little bit more, or placing the ball.
All right, well, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll continue on with our coverage of OCAA women's volleyball here on we-tv.ca right after these words.
Imagine a place to climb, to tumble, to fly, to run, to glide, to achieve, where a sense of health, friendly competition, and growth all come together. Can you imagine that place, that destination? We have, and we're building it right now in Windsor, with a planned development of almost 200,000 square feet of athletic playground, and that's just on the inside. Central Park Athletics, some of it's already here, the rest is coming soon. Imagine that.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario. You're watching OCA Women's Volleyball on we-tv.ca. Dominic Papa along with the wonderful Stephanie Wilson bringing you all the action. Sets 1 and 2 are in the books here. St. Clair wins both of them. They win set 1, 25-11, set 2, 26-24. They're looking for the sweep now. You've got some numbers there, Stephanie.
Yes, Shalena Horse had 16 attacks and 4 kills. That's wonderful. That really worked out for St. Clair. And then Helen Wiebe had 14 attacks and 6 kills.
So the big girls are doing their job for the Saints. On the flip side, Jordy Bevan seems to be the only one that's having any type of effect for the Bruins in a consistent manner anyways. Set 3 underway here. Saints with the serve. Rock tries to save it, and that goes out of bounds. Sheridan grabs the first point of set 3. Do or die for Sheridan in this one. Nice kill down the line by Horst. Oh my, did she get all of that one.
Oh yeah, there was no stopping that one, that's for sure.
1-1, Sarah Yablonsky on the service line. Santos, Pam, Simkovich blocked at the net by the Saints. They dig it up off the block. Horst going to go up again, and it's dug up by the Bruins. Simkovich goes up left-handed, saved by Yablonsky. Gowdy's pass, not a good one. It goes into the net. Scott Hunt not happy with the officiating again. Steen did get the point.
It was a lift, but I didn't see a lift at all.
At the net, a short set there as the Saints get it over. Bevan's ball does a good job for the Bruins. They take a 3-1 lead. Joelle Pamam on the service line. Does a good job there finding a hole in the Saints' defense. Pamam continues. Gowdy to Horst. Tip saved by the Bruins. Horst this time will go over to Demers. Tip. Bevans digs it up and can't get the pass completed. Point Saints.
Again, it's all about ball placement. You don't have to hit the ball hard.
Got that right, Stephanie. There you can see both teams are just looking for those little holes. Morgan Demers. First-year player from Bell River. Bevins does a good job there as she finds a hole. Jordy Bevins very impressive this afternoon.
She has an effective serve. St. Clair has to really dig deep to pass these ones.
Bruins up 5-2, trying to stay in the match here. That doesn't help the cause.
Mental error.
Saints will get the ball back, down 5-3. Shalana Horst on the service line. She's had a good afternoon. Good serve. Santos digs it up, goes over, play at the net. Gowdy puts it up. Going up, Crow dug up there by Bevan. Saints get a free ball. Demers to Gowdy. Short set, and too short maybe as Crow digs it into the net.
A little bit too short. She's a very quiet young lady, but when it comes to the volleyball, she gets really aggressive on the court. Set was just a little too low.
McAndrew now serving for the Bruins. Demers to Gowdy. Gowdy goes over to Crow. And again, that one into the net. Crow seems a little bit rattled right now.
Well, the set was kind of wide, and I think Kayla kind of hit the ball on her wrist instead of her palm. Overpass again by St. Clair.
Yeah, and that doesn't hurt them though, Stephanie. Bruins sometimes their own worst enemy today.
It looks like it.
Kayla Crow will serve. Her team down by 3, 7-4 in the third set here. And they're calling that one out. Point Sheridan, 8-4. Set 1 went to St. Clair, 25-11. Set 2 goes to St. Clair, 26-24. The Bruins leading in set 3 here, 8-4. Rock digs up the serve. Wiebe to Horst, backcourt. Free ball here for the Bruins. Tip at the net doesn't work.
You know, the worst is if an unforced errors are a determining factor for a game. It's unfortunate.
Wiebe goes to the service line for the Saints. Santos goes up, partially blocked. Wiebe digs it up. Horst goes up, backcourt. Bruins come up with it. Simkovich, left-handed spike, finds a hole. She didn't get everything on it, but it worked out better for her, Steph.
Back row attack. Scott Hunt seems to have issues with the referee. He's calling the ball handling.
He's come out a number of times this afternoon questioning calls or non-calls. And another point for the Bruins as number 11, Alicia McCracken, gets the job done. Sheridan up 9-6 now.
St. Clair really has to work towards putting that ball to the floor. Right now, they're just kind of placing it, and Sheridan's has decent defense where they're able to dig it up.
Free ball here for the Saints to work with. Wiebe to Gowdy. Gowdy short set to Jablonski. She doesn't get a good hand on it. Santos goes up, puts it into the backcourt. Saints play it. Gowdy goes to Horst this time. Simkovich plays it into the middle as the Bruins try to catch the Saints napping. Doesn't work. Santos back to Simkovich. Blocked at the net, off the net. Jablonski to Gowdy, and she drills it into the net.
That was a decent pass where she should have just set it up, but she just wanted to get the ball over. It looks like she would have set it up. They had a better opportunity to attack that ball.
10-6, Sheridan leading. Rock to Gowdy. Demers off the block, out of bounds it goes. Saints get the ball back. Blocked at the net by Horst, and the Bruins can't recover. Wow.
Sometimes when you block, if you reach out from behind you to try to pass it up, you could get a shank, and that's exactly what happened for Sheridan.
10-8 now. The Bruins leading.
It looks like they're out of rotation, or they're trying to figure out their rotation, or who should be serving.
Okay, well, the Bruins trying to get this corrected.
At this level, it's very interesting that the referee has to assist in getting the team back into rotation, proper rotation.
Well, again, I go back to Capoletti being out of the lineup here. She obviously is a big part of this Bruins team because they have looked very disorientated at times here this afternoon. Saints play it off the block. Yablonski goes up, and she gets the job done. The Saints to within one now of the Bruins. (10-9) our score. Gowdy serve. Tipped at the net as they try to catch the Saints off guard. Free ball here for the Bruins. Bevins up, blocked at the net. Yablonski and Horst doing the job that time.
That was a wonderful block, but you got to give credit to Jordy Bevins. She's not the tallest player on that team, but her vertical is outstanding.
Yeah, she does a great job. Pam Ham going to go to Bevins on this one. Her spike dug up by Wiebe. Saints come back. Demers blocked at the net. Demers this time will give up the free ball. Santos to Pam Ham to Bevins, blocked at the net. Oh my, the Saints have had a nice wall.
Block to the back row. You gotta love that.
Wow. Saints have stormed back and have taken the lead, 11-10.
That is a humbling block.
Gowdy on the service line for St. Clair. Pam Ham to Bevins. She tips and does a nice job.
She is doing everything she can to keep Sheridan in this game.
I agree with you, Stephanie. She is just working hard, telling the girls, come on, we can still do something here. She's been their best player by far this afternoon. Rock.
Good pass by Rock.
Horst goes up. Kill Horst. Oh my, the Saints are working nicely.
When Horst has her approach, that ball is going down. A lot of times she stops and then waits for the ball, but when she has that full out approach, it's really nice to watch.
Yablonski's serve not handled well by Sheridan. St. Clair now with a 13-11 lead. Yablonski stays on the service line. They're looking for the sweep here. Santos to Pam Ham. Pam Ham. Simkovich. Wiebe digs that up. Gowdy just gets it over the net. Simkovich gets a hand on, or Pam Ham I should say. Here's Simkovich. And Yablonski can't handle it. 13-12.
Good thing she had her right hand out. She's left-handed, and that was effective in that play.
Jordy Bevins on the service line. Good hard serve handled by the Saints. Low set, wow. Quick execution there by the Saints.
There's that overpass I was telling you about. Kayla Crow took care of that.
The Saints are a storm this afternoon, Stephanie.
Yeah, they're looking really good. They just have to push through. Time to pull away.
Demers. Parmam. Santos gives up the free ball. Wiebe to Gowdy. Back to Wiebe. Dug up by the Bruins. Simkovich goes up over the block. Gowdy. Back row to Demers. Bevins saves it. Simkovich hits it. Out of bounds. Point Saints.
I see Griff in the back court of the Sheridan. Maybe he's putting a little something on him, making him struggle a little bit.
Putting a little bit of that voodoo stuff on him or something. Griff's working hard on it this afternoon too. Pamam to Simkovich, blocked at the net, and Simkovich does a good job playing it off the block out of bounds.
That left hand was effective. That made that ball to a right off and at the right angle, so it's out of bounds.
Jacinta McAndrew on the service line. Into the net. Wow. Seen that too many times this afternoon. Coach Hunt certainly not going to be happy with that.
Can't blame that on the referee's
No,
calls.
you can't. Horst serves, Bevan digs it up. And Sheridan just looking very lethargic right now, Stephanie.
Well, when the pass is too tight to the net, it's certainly difficult for the setter to be able to set somebody to attack the ball.
Coach Hunt calls a timeout, wants to talk it over with the girls. They're down in this third set, 17-13. The first set saw St. Clair win it 25-11. Second set, a lot tighter, but St. Clair was able to pull it out 26-24.
Definitely a momentum switch because Sheridan came out strong and then are starting to collapse now.
So the Saints looking to put the finishing touches on this. If the Saints do hold on to win, they'll improve to 8-4 and move into fourth place all by themselves. Sheridan would drop to 11-4 and sit in second place with Niagara right on their tails at 20 points. Sheridan with 22 points right now. You can see the Saints are already back on the floor. Chris Brecka, I mean, what can she say? Girls, just continue. You're playing well.
Well, again, I'm looking at the athletes' eyes, and they're ready to play. They're ready to just dominate. They're ready to finish this set off and the match.
Shalina Horst will continue on the line. Bevan digs their serve up, goes back to Bevans. Backcourt spike, Rock plays it up. Horst, free ball coming up here for the Bruins. Bevan to Simkovich. Her spike is blocked. Bevans gives up the free ball, and they're saying 4 hits. And that has Coach Hunt off the bench.
Well, if I was Chris Brecka, I'd certainly want to keep Jordy Bevan in the back court, and that's what they're doing right now.
Coach Hunt is going to be issued a card here.
Well, Hunt seems to be arguing that the R2 made a call when, in fact, the R1 was supposed to make that call. Hard to tell.
Scott Hunt issued a yellow card, and now he's calling a timeout. Scott Hunt has, on a number of occasions this afternoon, Stephanie, really questioned the officials. And
well, you can't totally blame it on the referees. There's a passing issue that Sheridan has, and again, they can't put the ball to the floor, especially when Jordy Bevan is in the back row.
His team down in this third set, 18-13. And there's been a number of occasions where Coach Hunt has been out onto the side of the floor, really talking it up at the officials.
Well, even that has an effect on his athletes. That could actually be detrimental.
Yes.
Because they're thinking about the call rather than the next play.
And head referee Mark Eckert said that's enough. Put out the yellow card. And let's see where it goes from there. Shalina Horst continues on the service line. Bevans. Simkovich goes up, off the block, out of bounds. Sheridan gets the point. Eva Simkovich on the line.
Oh,
Good job there.
Very tough float.
18-15 now as Sheridan comes out of that timeout with 2 straight points. Gowdy. Wiebe gives up the free ball. Oh my, she does pull back, and again, what an alert move by Wiebe.
That was. Well, the server made a critical error. The worst place you could serve that ball to is a real strong libero, one of the best in the league. Out of rotation call for Sheridan.
Boy, when it rains, it pours, Stephanie, and it's been pouring on the Bruins today.
Yeah, they look really frustrated right now.
Yep. 20-15, they're down.
Good serve.
And a great block at the net by Wiebe.
All by yourself. There was nowhere to go.
21-15 for the Saints.
Kayla Crow up to serve again.
Bevins to Pamham, back to Bevins. Crow to Gowdy. Gowdy to Yablonski. Oh my!
Beautiful step into the seam. That slide was very effective.
The Saints just firing on all cylinders right now. 22-15. 3 points away from a sweep. Crow's serve, handled Pamham to Santos. And that goes inbounds, so Sheridan comes up with a very important point. 22-16. Emily Santos goes to the service line. Gowdy, short set to Yablonski. Nice play at the net by the Bruins. Free ball, here's Horst to Gowdy. She goes cross to Wiebe, and off the spike, Wiebe gets it to go through. 23-16, the Saints 2 points away from sweeping this game.
Well, if you don't set up that block right, that's what happens.
Pamham tips at the net. Saints there to cover. Gowdy back to Wiebe. Wiebe spike off Santos. Here's Bevins. She's got to give up the free ball. Cross court to Demers. Off the block. Dug up by the Bruins again. Pamham to Bevins. Bevins. Good job. Wiebe digs it up. Wiebe goes back up from the back court. Gets the ball over. Simkovic. This will be a free ball for the Saints. Horst to Gowdy. Gowdy to Yablonski. Tip off the hands. And it's game, set, and match point for the Saints.
That was a beautiful push by Yablonski. 1 more point to go. Beautiful serve. Tight pass.
And they're saying it's going to St. Clair as Demers was on the net.
Well, what happens is sometimes if the block goes up to block and the setter can't make that set, then they're going to make that call, the referees. It's an obstruction.
An obstruction or interference call.
Exactly.
Alicia McCracken trying to keep the Bruins alive here. Rock to Gowdy. Free ball coming up here for the Bruins. Bevins gives up the free ball, and that goes out, and this one is done. Wow.
Straight. St. Clair stayed mentally tough even when they were down and came back and just dominated the whole match.
A sweep by the Saints. Really not expected here, Stephanie, but give full marks to Chris Brecka. She put together an outstanding game plan here, and they executed it almost flawlessly here.
Yeah, she's really built a fantastic program here locally.
So the scores are, in set 1, it was 25-11 St. Clair. Set 2, the Saints win it 26-24. And in set 3, St. Clair finishes it off, winning 25-17. The Saints now will improve to, as mentioned, 8-4. They sit in 4th place with 16 points all by themselves. The Sheridan Bruins will fall to 11-4, sitting in 2nd place with 22 points. So you can see the significance of that win, Stephanie, beating a high-end team like Sheridan. And I know Sheridan's missing a key player, but St. Clair did not look out of place at all with this team.
Right. Well, it looks like Sheridan's it's an ACL injury, so I highly doubt if that player is going to be coming back anytime during this season or for the playoffs. So
time will tell.
Yeah.
Stephanie, we're going to sign off. We appreciate your wonderful help here this afternoon. We'll look forward to more, hopefully, with you with our other telecasts. and you're just an outstanding player yourself.
Thank you
so.
very much, Dom. You too yourself. You did a great job.
I appreciate that. Stephanie Wilson, our color analyst. Also, on behalf of our production crew here at We-TV, we'd like to thank you for tuning in this afternoon. We'll come back in a little bit of time. We'll have the men's contest for you starting at 3 o'clock. Until then, this is Dominic Plapa wishing you a great day, and thank you for watching on behalf of We-TV.ca. That picture offline. Then he said, it looks awesome, HD coming in nice, no buffers, smooth sound. He said, sounds awesome, looks great. Great, that's great.
There's some food up in the suite, like there's some nachos and salad and stuff up there. You got 40 minutes, so you know how to get up there? Just go up the stairs and just down the hall. You can't get there. can't notice it.
No, it sounds good everywhere else. That's fine. That's fine. We have master like this.
That's a little right up like that.
Steph.
I did 2 copies. So there's 2 of everything.
Fuck, you guys are killing me, man. I'm 51. Fucking my eyes don't work.
Give me a magnifying glass.
I gotta start wearing my glasses. Yeah, I wish Roger would. I'm not gonna say that loud. I'm the kind of guy, Jay, I work with. It's kind of work to work. We've got audio fucking issues, and he's up there worried about getting the fucking time and place for that. Not a coach like you. Connor, Sheridan on the left side. He's our star, Jason. Yeah. Remember Binders? Yep. And then Peter Christian. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, a little background, Josh Rankin, Peter Christian, and Jason both played at Seneca for 3 years and went to the Nationals twice. Oh, really? So they come back and he's in class in Chatham. Jason just finished up, he ain't Cooley, so they're here. They're new firemen. And this kid here, Connor West, he's our captain. He's from Lethbridge, Alberta. And everybody in Lethbridge is watching this. Okay, good. So I'll give them a plug then.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Thanks.
You know what? They haven't been able to watch it from home. They've never seen the footage. Yeah. So it's kind of like gives them something. Perfect. Thanks. Hey, you want that one?
No, I'm okay. I don't want to take it back. I'll get one off. Is that a St. Clair pen?
No, I stole it from Gamer.
Alright. Any change?
Hernandez is their stud guy.
Oh yeah. You have a starter from both teams?
No, I just got theirs. I just got the St.
St.
Clair.
Clair?
Who am I missing? Soccer coach's wife.
Oh, okay.
Friday weekend to watch basketball. This is my first volleyball that I went to. Oh my god, I was getting excited.
What she's got.
I'm like, oh yeah, I like it. Yeah?
Yeah, love this one.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
It's good then?
Yeah, the starting lineup.
Just gotta get a couple of things back on the station. What numbers do you have still?
11, 4.
Yeah, 0, 4, 5.
you in a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate it. No, I'm having fun.
Yeah, they will step up really well. Well, yeah, they had a backup center. Second. And volleyball was actually
He was solid. He was solid. Like every single pass I was watching was going right on the side of the attack.
couple defense moves, but you know what? We all learn. We all have to learn. So he's like a veteran in that.
Well, she had a couple like tight passes and open passes, but with hard to. But she's doing well. Well, yeah.
So what's the scoop with her? Like she, which position she's in?
Outside hitter.
You didn't want to do that.
She didn't want her, and I didn't want to fight with her.
That's okay.
I think Jeff will probably convince her to do that. Too. Yeah. She has nice hands.
No, that's why I'm saying it. Great hand. But you know what? It's never too late. You got to be good with the position. Striker, it's not bad at all. Great passer. It's great.
I told her she needs to be well-rounded because you never know if a team wants to eat a certain person in a position. Yeah, they're growing up on this now. Remember they were little, running around. Such a good
Yesterday we tried to put you in the I don't bet you were there yet.
They said they were big like yours.
So mine was good.
Something Mr.
Yeah, but you like that. This is the end. Send your pictures and turn out. So anyway.
Anyway, I gotta get one
I'll let you
here.
work.
All right, thanks.
Can you
Hello?
hear me?
Can you,
Hello?
can you hear me? We can't
Okay.
hear each other still.
I can't hear Stephanie though. We can't hear each other. I've got to be able to hear Stephanie, and I've got to be able to talk back to you. Okay? Something's not hooked up right here. There shouldn't be this issue here.
Whoops, sorry.
Check. Can you hear me still? Okay, Christina, if you're there, you got to talk to me, dear. You got to talk to me, Christina. Okay, you got to keep talking to me here because I'm going nuts with this audio here. So you can hear me fine when we're on regular. Okay. Can you hear me? So you can hear me now. Okay, we got to solve this. This has got to get solved. Okay, you know what? Can we get 2 stick mics? Can we get 2 stick mics? Then I'll work without the headsets. But I got to be able to hear Stephanie. She's got to hear me. I need 2 stick mics or something then.
Oh, put your headset on. He's trying to talk to you.
How long to when the game will be archived? Like when will it be?
This will be on. The one we just did should be up.
Oh yeah?
Pretty much. Okay. Within 5-10 minutes, right? Hello? Hand mics, handheld mics. Handheld mics. No, one wireless mic's not going to be good for volleyball because it's too fast. Can we run 2 lines to get stick mics?
Taking a risk of losing your sound system. We got the microphones working properly.
It's not working properly. Okay? I can't hear my partner.
Okay.
It's not working properly.
Okay, go ahead. Hold on.
If it's working properly, you'd be able to hear me over there. I'd be able to hear her. This is not working properly. So it's either this box or something's not connected right over here.
Well, the dilemma is that it was all working the other night, right? Somebody pulled every damn plug there is. We don't know the damn plug. You want your wireless mic? All I'm saying is that right now, on the network, we're hearing both of you talking to each other.
I get that.
So if you were to take the headphone, put it on the side, and listen to what she's saying and get closer, you'll be fine. But what we have right now is
Do
the
you
only thing
understand?
we can do.
Okay. She's not a professional broadcaster.
I understand that.
She's jumping all over the place.
I understand. What I'm saying to you is technically, we made it work based on our limited knowledge. Now we're trying to bring it to another level, but we're having trouble with that.
Well, no, you're upstairs eating, which I didn't appreciate. Okay? It's time to work. It's time to work. Okay? I'll buy him stuff for you after. Can you hear me all right, Christina? Okay. Let's keep it as it is, okay? So, in about, what time do you have right now, Christina? Okay, so if we went in about 17 minutes, there's 3 minutes left on the clock, okay? And by the way, the mics are on live right now while we're trying to test all this. That's not good. and welcome to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in the south side of Windsor, Ontario, the site of OCAA men's volleyball action here on we-tv.ca. Glad to have you along for the ride here this afternoon. My name is Dominic Papa. Joining me are analysts. I'm going to call her our resident pro volleyball person, Stephanie Wilson, and she certainly does make our broadcast look a lot better as well, Stephanie. Thanks for helping us out here again this afternoon.
It's my pleasure, Dom. Glad to be here.
Certainly a marquee matchup here this afternoon, Stephanie. You look at this game coming into it, Sheridan and the Sheridan Bruins taking on the St. Clair College Saints. The Saints come into this game with sitting in fourth place with a record of 8-3. They have 2 games in hand of Sheridan, who stands at 9-4. So in the standing, it's very, very tight between these two teams. I believe it's just a couple of points separating them, if I'm looking at this correctly. So, and earlier on in the year, St. Clair actually defeated Sheridan at their gym. So no doubt there's a little bit of a revenge factor on the mind of the Sheridan Bruins. And for Coach Rob Lynch and the Saints, you just want to take care of business here at home.
Well, it looks like it's going to be an interesting dynamic with both teams, so I am quite excited to see the end result.
Yeah, it'll be a great game. A couple of key guys to watch for the St. Clair College Saints is fourth-year middle Travis Wiggle. He leads the entire OCA, averaging in 1.05 stuff blocks per set. Third-year libero Josh Rankin is third overall in the OCA with 129 digs. And you look at the key guy, though, Jason Hernandez leads the way for St. Clair. He's been everything for this team. He's averaging 4.2 points per set, which is good for 6th overall in the OCA. Jason Hernandez, and also Peter Christian transferred from Seneca. They both have national championship experience, so obviously what a huge coup for Coach Rob Lynch to get those guys in.
Well, both of them are fifth-year players, so sometimes experience will trump skill.
Yeah, we'll see if that does happen. The other guy you want to watch for with St. Clair College, I'm going to say hello to everybody out in Lethbridge, Alberta, watching the game. They're watching Connor West, who's from Lethbridge. He's the captain of the Saints. He wears number 2. He's a third-year player, 6'1". He works on the left side, so keep an eye on Connor West here this afternoon. And again, welcome to the viewers in Lethbridge, Alberta. Right now, it's the playing of our national anthem. All right, we have the anthem done, and now we're set for this contest between the Sheridan Bruins and the St. Clair College Saints. Head coach Rob Lynch for the Saints, head coach Dave McAllister for the Sheridan Bruins. The starting lineup for the Sheridan Bruins: number 1, Christian Dela Cruz; number 4, Josh Butler; number 7, Ricky Brar; number 8, Bobby Dami; number 10, Chris Adams; number 11, Jeremy Fenton; and number 14, Derek Fenton. You have the starting lineups for the Saints, Stephanie?
Yes, I have number 5, Josh Rankin; number 13, Jean-Marc Lepin; number 18, Peter Christian; number 2, Connor West; number 17, Dave Binder; number 11, Travis Waggle; and number 10, like you said before, he's a fantastic player, Jason Hernandez.
All right, and our officiating staff for this game, Stephanie?
Paul Higgins is the R1, number 1 referee, and Mark Eckhart is the R2.
Nice crowds assembled here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex. Of course, earlier on, the women defeated the St. Clair women defeated the Sheridan Bruins ladies in 3 straight sets, winning that match. Congratulations to Chris Brecka and the Lady Saints. This is our first of 3 telecasts with the volleyball program here at St. Clair College. Certainly, WeTV very honored and thrilled to be part of the St. Clair College athletic scene, and we certainly thank Christy Gatto, Jay Schufelt, Ted Beal, Ron Segan, and the entire gang here at St. Clair College for putting together this partnership. We are underway, action underway right away as the Saints come up big right there. Number 18, Peter Christian, wastes no time, the low set, and boom, just like that, it's 1-0 St. Clair. They get the service. This is Dave Binder on the service line. Play at the net. The Saints come up with the free ball. Oh, almost a miscommunication there. Free ball here for the Bruins. Low set, and it works out nicely for the Bruins as Chris Adams, number 10.
Yes, Dom, that is called a be quick, and he cut it to position 1. It was very effective.
That's Josh Butler on the service line. LePan over to West. His spike is partially blocked. West gets a hand on that one. Free ball coming up here for the Bruins. Very fast start here. Fenton goes up, dug up by the Saints. Butler gets a hand on it. Here's Fenton again. He'll give up the free ball. Hernandez to LePan. Check that. That was number 18, Christian, who just tips it into a hole. And the Saints get the service back.
Yes, Dom, that was right in between the block. The block wasn't set up properly, and it went right into the pop.
Finn takes the serve. Now Finn goes up. That's dug up by Binder for the Saints. Binder now gives up the free ball, and no reaction from the Bruins, Stephanie.
Yeah, they watched the ball hit that back line.
Finn goes up, double block at the net. That was Waggle getting a hand on it, and the Saints put up the wall. They lead it 4-1.
Hernandez and number 11, the Blockinator.
Blockinator?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Bruins are going to try to answer back right here. Finn goes up, but really not in a good position there. Saints point. They lead it 5-1. And we're going to get a timeout right away. Coach Dave McAllister doesn't like it, and he wants to talk it over with the guys.
Well, the St. Clair College men, they look very pumped. They're very excited. They're celebrating every point like it's the winning point of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Ah, okay. Stanley Cup playoffs. Well, we know that, what that's all about in Canada, that's for sure. I don't know if we got to get something for volleyball, though. How about we call it the Stephanie Wilson Trophy?
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
I like that idea right there.
I like that.
Tribute to our wonderful color analyst here this afternoon, the Stephanie Wilson Trophy. We'll have to think about that and get that thing passed by OCA maybe. Or here.
Just don't wait till I'm dead before.
No, we don't want to do that. That's still a long, long time coming anyway. So right away, the Saints get out to a nice start here, 5-1. They lead the Sheridan Bruins, and effective early on here is Travis Wiggle and Peter Christian of the Saints already making his presence known. Christian is on the service line for the Saints. Butler over to his teammate Brar, blocked at the net. Brar back to Finn. This is the other Finn, Derek Fenton. Jeremy Fenton is number 11. That spike, they're calling it in. Saints point.
Right side attack, right to position 1, right in the corner. Beautiful play. Christian
serve. Fenton to Brar, back to Derek Fenton, his spike handled by the Saints. LePan over to Connor West, and they're saying a double hit on the Saints. Ball goes back to the Bruins. Down 4 here. Adams serves. West. LePan, wiggle, dug up. West puts it home.
Yeah, that was an overpass by the Sheridan. And Connor West capitalized.
Connor West, the outstanding captain of this Saints volleyball team. Fenton to Brar. Quick set there. He finds number 8, Bobby Domi, and it pays dividends. Derek Fenton now number 14 on the service line. Waggle comes through. Boy, the Saints looking really crisp right now, Stephanie.
They're cutting right into the seam and landing in that back line there. They are.
8-3, the Saints up. The captain, Connor West, on the service line. Domi blocked at the net. The wall is put up by the Saints.
Travis Waggle, the blockinator.
The blockinator. There you go. Fenton will go up for the spike. Nice job there by the Bruins as Jeremy Fenton receives, pass, and then kills. Textbook volleyball right there. Fenton goes to the service line. His team down 9-4. Oh my, don't like to see that.
Yeah, that's a surprise for this level.
I say it. I make no bones about it. It's unacceptable.
Especially at this age, this level.
Yep. Travis Wiggle. And Sheridan just kind of standing around.
Yeah, there's a communication breakdown between the two gentlemen in the corner there.
And Coach Dave McAllister of the Bruins wants to talk it over again.
Oh, that's his last time out already.
11-4, his squad down. Obviously, Steph, he's got to be concerned with, as you alluded to, the communication or lack of communication, but really there's just not a lot of almost non-energy out on their floor right now.
Oh, they are a little flat.
So,
I don't know. I would rather my athletes run into each other than just let the ball hit the floor, that's for sure.
Exactly. The Saints, though, firing on all cylinders on the reverse side of it and looking very solid right now. This year, later on, the Saints will be hosting the OCA Volleyball Championships here. That'll take place in late February. And that should be an outstanding tournament. You want to plan on coming out to that. We're set for action to continue now. Waggle's serve goes long and deep. And
He contacted that ball underneath and it floated out of bounds.
back to serve for Sheridan is Bobby Domi. First-year player out of Mississauga. West to LePan. Binder tips it over the net. Brar to Finn, and Finn from the back court kills it.
There was no block there set up for that at all.
11-6 in favor of the Saints. West to LePan. LePan back set to Hernandez. Oh my! You could feel the power.
That was a crushing blow, Dom.
Hernandez got everything into that. LePan serving now, and his service is an ace. As Christian Dela Cruz dove for it, but couldn't get to it in time.
That was a fast and
Great
very
placement.
brilliant serve.
That one goes out of bounds this time. Jean-Marc Lepon from Essex, Ontario, third-year player, 6'2" setter. 13-7. Saints leading. Ricky Brar, service for the Bruins. Binder to Lepon. Lepon go cross court to Hernandez, gets his left hand on it, and blocked at the net by Derek Fenton very effectively. Point Sheridan. Brar, Binder, Lepon, short set. That was to Christian. That one goes out of bounds. Sheridan slowly crawling their way back into this one.
I think that ball touched the tape a bit and it bounced off, and that's why it went out of bounds, Tom.
13-9, Saints up. Binder, Lepon, West off the block, and the Bruins can't handle it.
Connor West put all his power into that one.
Dave Binder. Serve is a good one. Blocked at the net by Christian. Butler, free ball for the Saints, and communication not there, but they save the ball. Here's Brar, back set to Butler, tip at the net. Saints play it, and unfortunately just can't come up with a good pass.
It's tough to respond when you're expecting a hard hit and then they just trickle off your hands.
Josh Butler now serving for Sheridan. They're down 4. Lepon takes the pass to West and off the block. Butler digs it up. Brar over to Finn. Finn off the block, stays in bounds, and point Sheridan.
That was a good use of the block by Sheridan.
Butler with that spike serve, very effective. Lepon back set to Hernandez, and Brar can't come up with the dig. Hernandez, very impressive, Stephanie. Christian serving. Fenton to Brar. Quick set there to number 10. That was Chris Adams.
Well, that was right around the block, Dom. It's hard to play some defense on that, especially when the person in position 6 is so far deep.
Binder goes from the back court, blocked, and stays in bounds. What is the call here, Steph?
Well,
oh, they're saying point St. Clair. They're saying it went out.
Point St. Clair, yeah. It went out of bounds right off the block.
16-12, that makes the score. Jason Hernandez continues to serve. Brar sets. Finn goes up and gets enough of it, finds a hole in the Saints defense.
That was an overset, and he brought that ball right back in. It was a nice angle.
Nice effort there by number 11, Jeremy Fenton, fourth-year player out of Mississauga. From the backcourt, Binder goes up and comes up successful as the Bruins can't handle it. Saints continue to lead 17-13, going to the service line, the captain, number 2, Connor West.
Well, they're playing defense pretty high, the Sheridan team is.
Brar goes back to Fenton. Fenton has been very good so far, and right there he comes up with another kill.
Well, they had a triple block on that. They were expecting a cross court, and it didn't work out that way.
Fenton serves now. Binder to Lepon. Short set to Waggle, blocked at the net. Saints get it though as the block went off the block and out of bounds. 18-14 Saints. Travis Wiggle. Fenton to Brar to Butler. Butler successful.
He was way over
Boy,
top
what
of
a
that
vertical.
block.
My, oh my. This beautiful sportsplex has a very high ceiling, but I'll tell you what, Butler's not far. Tells you how high he's getting up there. Very impressive. Justin Kong into the game now for Coach McAllister, and his serve is a good one. Binder goes up for the Saints left-handed. Kong dings it up, and the pass doesn't connect.
Well, I always tell my athletes, defense first. It looked like number 14 was ready to attack the ball instead of playing defense. Line violation.
Against LaPon.
It's pretty long court. I don't see how that could have happened, but mental error.
Brar serves. Short set. Blocked at the net. LaPon goes back to Binder this time. Blocked again at the net by Butler and Adams. Butler coming on strong right now for Sheridan.
Defense was watching a little bit. They should have been covering their hitter.
There's a kill by Hernandez. I guess he's always the go-to guy when you're struggling, right?
I see. And that was an outside hit, and he's a right side attacker. Very versatile.
Dave Binder on the service line now. Brar, short set to Adams, dug up there by the Saints, but couldn't get the pass to go. 2018, the Saints leading. That one into the net. Butler not happy with himself. Saints, number 18, Peter Christian on the service line. That one goes long. Wow. Surprised, Stephanie, to see some of these unnecessary mistakes.
Yeah. Well, technique is very, very important. That last float serve, he got underneath that ball and it floated out of bounds.
West takes the serve to LaPon. Over to Hernandez. Double block at the net. St. Clair plays it. LaPon goes to West this time. West successful as he goes cross court.
Well, St. Clair had a very fast transition from offense to defense, and it worked out for him.
Did a nice job there. 22-19, the Saints up. Jason Hernandez serving. Oh,
wow,
my.
that's like the fourth missed serve.
Unacceptable, Stephanie.
Well, look at it. It's 22-20 for St. Clair. That is very critical. Not a good time to be missing a serve.
Into the game for Coach McAllister, Scott Wiseman. Hernandez kill goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Hernandez was slightly behind that ball, and he reached out and it blew it out of bounds.
And Coach Rob Lynch wants to talk about it, Stephanie, as Sheridan has clawed their way back into this one. 22-21 is the score for the Saints.
Well, Dom, this is when mental strength is key because it could go either way. Both teams are very strong, and it's all mental at this point. Little mental errors can just sink the ship, so to speak.
Well, we'll see what Coach Rob Lynch, I'm sure, is chatting it over with the guys. Speaking of Saints volleyball, the next game for the Saints will be this coming Saturday, January 31st. They'll be at home against Humber College. The men will play at 3 o'clock again, and the women will also be in action starting at 1 o'clock. So if you want to come and check out some great OCAA volleyball action, come on out to the beautiful sportsplex here at St. Clair College and help out the women's and men's volleyball teams in some great volleyball action.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting for our community.
Not a bad seat in the house here, too, I'll tell you. LePan goes cross over to West and off the block right in front of us.
Tool
West
right off the hand.
plays it perfectly, and boy, did he ever get up for that one, Steph.
Dom, that was right in between the block. It just went off the hands the wrong way and right out of bounds.
Connor West now on the service line. Fan to Brar to Dami. Just gets it over the net. Hernandez goes up. Butler digs it up. Here goes Fan up again, and that goes long and out. Set point for the Saints as they lead it 24-21. The captain trying to finish it off here.
Oh.
Man, oh, wow. Yeah, that ball was not played well right from the get-go.
That was a
just
definite lift.
I think a lot of people, there was a reaction here in the Sportsplex, like everybody just kind of, whoa, waiting for a call, but there wasn't.
Yeah, he was slightly ahead of that ball. He tried to bring the ball back in, didn't work out anyway.
St. Clair wins the first set by 4 points as they win it 25-21. And again, a pretty effective performance, I thought, Stephanie. A little bit of a lull there for Coach Lynch and the gang, but they hung in there tough.
So far, they have to protect the center a little bit more than they have been. They got burned a little bit, but overall, they're playing really well. Their spirits are up. They're intense. You can see it in their eyes, Tom.
All right, we're going to take a timeout here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex. When we come back, more OCA men's volleyball. You're watching it on we-tv.ca.
Bye.
Great. My car's blocked in.
I got this. I think the parking brake is on. Geez, what's in this thing? Rocks?
It's not just about hockey. It's about getting your great education too.
Academics are equally, if not more important, than athletics. The Hockey Canada Skills Academy is a great opportunity for any student athlete to live their dream and chase their passion. It gives them an opportunity to get a workout in the morning, they're physically and mentally engaged, and it helps them as a student as well throughout the day. Our program is not just for the elite athletes, it's for everyone.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex. OCA men's volleyball action here on we-tv.ca. Dominic Pop along with Stephanie Wilson. We just completed our first set. The St. Clair College Saints win 25-21 over the Sheridan Bruins. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, including the fans out in Lethbridge, Alberta, watching their man, Connor West, in action here this afternoon, the captain of the St. Clair College Saints. Also want to give a shout out to our hard-working crew here, led by Christina Stoikovsky and Roger Faubert, doing an outstanding job with the production, and everybody else that's helped put this together. So it takes a good team effort, and we got the best team here at we-tv.ca, including our analyst, Stephanie Wilson, who's got some numbers for us. Steph?
Well, looking at the stats, Jason Hernandez was a key factor in this game with 8 attacks and 4 kills. Dave Binder with 6 attacks and 3 kills, and Peter Christian, with 4 attacks and 2 kills. It's pretty well-rounded team. Everyone's really contributing, and that's really good to see as a team. It's important.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not one player that wins these games, that's for sure, but obviously Coach Rob Lynch has done a nice job in recruiting and building some depth in this lineup, and he can battle with the best of them in the OCA ranks, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Dave McAllister strategizes to make his team get back into the game.
Binder's spike doesn't get everything on it. The Bruins are able to play it. Free ball here, LaPond. Gets it up. Here's Hernandez going up for a kill, and
that was
Wait.
right down the line, Dom,
Yep.
and he pointed his thumb down to the floor, and that's what cut that ball right around that block. Very effective.
that's the first point of the second set here. St. Clair takes a 1-0 lead. LaPon's serve off the net. Block at the net, and that one goes out of bounds. Adams coming up with the play at the net for Sheridan.
Yeah, he swiped it right off the hands, number 10 did. Chris Adams.
Number 7, Ricky Brar on the line for the Bruins. LaPon, short set to Christian, and it comes through for the Saints.
Number 14 shaking his hand a little bit, Derek Fanton.
Dave Binder, service for the Saints. Free ball here for St. Clair. LaPon goes back to Hernandez. Oh my, did Hernandez get his hand on that one.
Beautiful block to the tee. It's like hammer time Hernandez, huh?
You're going to have a nickname for all of them by the end of this day. David Binder continues to serve. Play at the net, and
Net violation for St. Clair.
yeah, a little overzealous there perhaps. 3-2, the Saints leading early on here in set 2. Number 4, Josh Butler on the line. LaPon over to West, and boy, did he ever fool the Bruins.
Beautiful roll shot. Blockers were expecting something really strong coming at them, and they were surprised to find that roll shot right over top the block.
And the Bruins come back with a well-executed play themselves as Chris Adams, number 10, goes back to work right away and gets the ball back for Sheridan. 4-3. St. Clair leading it. Adams on the service line. LaPon, Hernandez blocked. Adams gets a hand on it but can't keep it in play. St. Clair gets it back.
That block was pretty high up, but Hernandez swiped it right off the hands. Really great play.
Jason Hernandez, the star player for the Saints. Brar back set to Finn, dug up by the Saints. Here's West, just puts a high one over and stays in bounds. A misjudgment by Butler. Oh my.
You know, Dom, that happens in beach volleyball a lot because you want the ball to get lost in the sun, but there's no sun here. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, Butler gambled and it didn't pay off. And Hernandez puts one into the net. 6-4, the Saints lead it. Derek Fanton. Binder to LaPon. To West off the block. Boy, West is so smart out there.
He's really using that block to his advantage.
He goes back to the service line. He does, the captain, Connor West. That serve goes long and out.
You know, Dom, those decisions are all experience. So that fifth-year player there, Connor West, is really using that experience.
Here's the other Fanton, Jeremy Fanton. LaPon over to Binder, left-handed, and that one goes out.
Yeah, touch that antenna.
7-6. Saints leading. Fanton continues the service. Rankin to LaPon. Short set. Wago does his job. Nicely executed by the Saints.
Tavis Wago. That was a wonderful attack to the tee. I call it the tee. It's right at the attack line and the sideline.
Boy, St. Clair is struggling a little bit on the service line, though. There's way too many into the net here, Stephanie.
Well, they're trying to do the float serve. You know how effective it is when it's successful, but it's very difficult to do.
Dommy's serve. LaPon. Binder goes up left-handed on the outside. Very effective.
Looks like Binder had enough.
Yes.
No more nonsense. Let's get her done.
LaPon's serve. Play at the net. Butler, huge for the Bruins. He got everything there, Stephanie.
Yeah, it looks like it, and then some.
He's got an amazing vertical, I'll tell you.
The linesman was eager to get out of the way of that attack.
Rankin to LaPon, backs at the Binder. Binder does his job. Binder's feeling it right now, Stephanie.
Oh yeah, he answered that with a vengeance. Little fist pump too.
10-8, Saints leading. Tight one here in set number 2. Butler, Brar, Butler, out of bounds.
He cut it a little too sharp. I just can't get over his vertical.
It's amazing, wow. Binders serve, a good hard one. Fenton handles it, free ball here for the Saints. Butler goes up, Binder can't dig it up. Looks like right now Butler and Binder are just going toe-to-toe out there, Stephanie.
They're battling.
Butler on the service line and can't get the job done there.
Yeah, his toss wasn't very well done. He wasn't high enough.
12-9. Peter Christian on the service line. Butler to Brar to Finn, double block at the net, and unfortunately ends up on the St. Clair side of the net.
Yeah, bobbled in between the blockers.
Point Sheridan. Chris Adams on the line for Sheridan. His team down a couple. Off the net, Binder digs it up, LaPon. Hernandez gets all of that one. They're saying it went out of bounds.
Rob Lynch is arguing a touch. Oh, Sheridan's back in the game.
Yep. Adams serve handled by the Saints. Binder from the back court into the net.
Set was a little too low for him.
And we're back on even terms here, Stephanie, 12-12. Rankin to LaPon, to Hernandez, off the block. That goes out of bounds. Saints get the ball back and the point. They recapture the lead, 13-12.
That's interesting because that pass was nowhere near in front of that attack line, so the setter has very limited options. But it worked.
Jason Hernandez serving. Fenton digs it up, gets the pass, gives up the free ball. Rankin for the Saints to LaPon to Hernandez. And Hernandez gets one to fall as Adams couldn't handle it.
Hammer time right down the line.
14-12 for the Saints. That one tipped and out of bounds.
Swiped it right off the block. That was a very smart play in his situation. That ball was set really tight to the net.
Yep, you called it right there, Stephanie, that's for sure. That spike goes out of bounds, and we're back at 14-13, 14-14 make that. Sheridan has tied it up again. This game going back and forth. Coming into the game to serve for the Bruins, number 12, Scott Wiseman. Rankin to Lepan. Hernandez, spike goes in the net. And right now, Saints look a little bit out of sync, Steph.
Yeah, it looks that way. They're kind of panicking a little bit. They need to be patient, be strong, wait for their ball. Their opportunity.
That spike goes long. Coach Rob Lynch has seen enough, Stephanie. He wants a timeout.
I think St. Clair's strategy is really trying to use that block to their advantage and get a couple touch calls on the block, and it's not working out right now. The ref is just not calling that.
Set one went to St. Clair here, 25-21. St. Clair has left a good portion of this game, but they've let that lead get away, and Sheridan now with a 2-point lead, trying to get back on even terms in this match. They lead the second set 16-14 over the Saints.
Well, in the first set, Jeremy Fanton, Sheridan was really depending on Jeremy Fanton, and it shows because he has received 12 attacks and 6 kills for the first set. And he has been pretty effective this set too.
Yeah. Well, Finn was the name that we called out a lot in that first set, as you alluded to there, so I'm not surprised at his numbers there, Stephanie. He's been pretty effective, but Butler has really come on in this second set and helped the cause there, and perhaps that's maybe why some of that pressure's been taken off of Fenton, and now you're getting that, diverse look to your team, so hard to just key on the one guy.
Yeah, they can rely on him in the front court and in the back court for the attack.
Back to the action here as Wiseman continues to serve. Binder to Lepan. Back to Hernandez off the block, save there. And
he's really struggling with his back row attack right now.
Yeah,
hitting the tape in the net a lot.
They're saying that went into the net, so it's point Sheridan. Rankin to Lepan, tight at the net. Lepan does a good job getting it over. Brar over to Fenton, and he finds a hole in the St. Clair defense.
Right down the line.
All Sheridan right now.
Yeah, the libero was trying to set up for a seam attack, and he hit line.
18-14 for the Bruins. Binder to Lepan, over to West, and the captain comes through for the Saints. Connor West, a nice job there.
He does a really good job swinging. Really good snapping action on his attack.
West on the service line now. His team down 3 points. Fenton, Brar, quick tip over, catches St. Clair off guard a little bit. They give up the free ball. Adams to Brar, to Finn. Finn, cross court, very good. 19-15 Sheridan.
Deep cross court attack. That person in position 5 has to take that.
Jeremy Fenton continues on the line here. Rankin to Lepan. Lepan to West from the back court. And that one went into the net. It's point Sheridan.
Well, I guess Sheridan has a 6th player, and that's the tape of the net.
It's helping them out here a little bit, that's
Big
for sure.
time, yeah.
Binder to Lepan. Back to Hernandez. Hernandez comes through, and that's a good sign for the Saints. Travis Wiggle, his team down 4 points, needing some points. And out of bounds.
As a women's coach, it's very interesting that a lot of the men are using this float serve when they have all this power.
Kong serve. West digs it up. Lepan, short set to Christian, and Christian does his job. That was behind him, actually, Steph. That was a great effort on his part to make that happen.
Yes. Lots of finesse on that. It was beautiful.
Jean-Marc Lepan on the service line. Butler digs it up. Block at the net. That was Christian coming through for the Saints as he took Adams' bike and put it away.
Beautiful stuff block by Peter Christian.
De La Cruz digs it up. Brar, Butler off the block. Hernandez comes up for St. Clair. Lapon to Christian, dug up by the Bruins, but no, they can't get to the second pass. (21-18) our score now in favor of the Bruins. St. Clair trying to get back on even terms here, and Dave McAllister sees a little bit of the momentum changing here. He wants to settle his guys down and talk it over. His team up 21-19 actually, as McAllister uses his timeout. Our next telecast right now at St. Clair College Volleyball will take place here on we-tv.ca in a couple of weeks from now. We'll be back. We're scheduled to be back on
Rob Lynch was really giving a lot of attention to Dave Binder. See how effective his block can be.
Butler goes up. Hernandez, a good job there with the block for the Saints. Brar going back right to Butler. Butler this time eases up a little bit. Christian keeps it in. Free ball given up here by the Saints. Butler going to go up, and that time he makes it happen as Rankin got his hands on it but couldn't dig it up.
Well, Dave McAllister is giving a little grief to the referee about that lift that he believes that the St. Clair College men did. It's kind of a chicken wing.
Binder to Lapon. Back to Binder. He just gives up the free ball in the backcourt. Bar back set to Butler, and Butler, I'll tell you what, is huge in this game, Steph.
He is really making a difference for this Sheridan team.
Back into the game for the Bruins is number 14, Derek Fanton, replacing Scott Wiseman.
As a coach, my only objective would be to get him in the back row.
Hernandez goes up. Free ball here for the Bruins. Good dig there by Rankin. Lapon to West. West off the block. It goes into the backcourt. The Bruins come back with it. Butler blocked, and it goes out of bounds. Unfortunate, but set point here for the Bruins as Butler has been a force. Coach Lynch not happy that there wasn't a call made.
I'm not sure what he was trying to argue.
I couldn't quite make it out, Stephanie, unfortunately, but you know what? You're not going to win with the officials, so.
Yeah.
I guess you want to just get in their heads a little bit, get in their ear a little bit. And
it was a clear tool off the hands. I don't know what that was
about. That looked good from here, but, you know, maybe he's just doing his job saying, you know, I got to talk to you guys.
It could be a strategy, too.
Yep. 24-19, Sheridan with set point coming up as Coach Lynch wanted to talk it over with his guys. And the Saints will try to stay alive in this one. They win the first set 25-21.
All they need is a decent pass, set, and keep that attack off of the tape.
Bauer serving for the set. Rankin to Lapon to Binder, and That goes off the block and out of bounds. St. Clair gets the ball back, and they stay alive. Substitution for Coach Rob Lynch. In the game comes Dean Ozier, number 9, replacing Jean-Marc Lapon. Block at the net by Hernandez. Here's Brar setting it up again. Butler goes up and he finds a hole. That's it. Sheridan ties up the match to 1 set each. They win the second one, 25-20, Stephanie.
These teams are matched up pretty evenly, so this match right here, you asked me that question earlier about which set is the determining factor. Well, this third set right here will be the determining factor.
So we will get ready for that third set. St. Clair wins set 1, 25-21. Sheridan comes back to tie it up at 25-20 with that victory. Set number 3 coming up right after this. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching OCAA men's volleyball action on we-tv.ca.
Adding new products or services to your brochure? Updating those drab business cards? Or looking to create a striking window display? In need of some screen-printed signs for that construction site or promotional campaign? Posters, vehicle wraps, and a whole lot more. At Angel Star Digital, our expert design and production team are ready to meet all your promotional needs. For samples of our work, check out our website at www.angelstardigital.com. Or you can call us at 519-969-0712. That's 519-969-0712.
Take one empty field, round up a group of players, add 3 bases, plus 1 home plate, throw in a softball, and add an umpire.
Play ball!
It's not hard to get a game of softball going, and to keep it going from the time you're 4 till you're 84. Softball. Get in the game.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex. Dominic Pop along with Stephanie Wilson. It's OCAA men's volleyball action here on we-tv.ca. Again, a big shout out to the entire production crew here at we-tv.ca. Christina Stoyovsky and Roger Faubert leading the attack for us here this afternoon, Stephanie. So we appreciate all the hard work put in by all of the gang here. You have some numbers from the first couple of matches here, or a couple of sets, Steph?
Yes, in comparison to the first set, Josh Butler had 14 attacks and 6 kills. The first set, he only had 3 attacks and 1 kill, so he's made a big difference in the Sheridan team.
Yeah.
On the other side, Jason Hernandez had 18 attacks and 10 kills.
Butler certainly did come on in that second set, though. He was a huge difference for Sheridan. Set number 3 underway as Ricky Brower gets the service going, and he's successful. 1-0 Sheridan. A set each here in this best of 5. Binder to Lapon, short set to Christian, and oh my, was he ever good there.
One beautiful cut to the tee.
Dave Binder now on the service line for the Saints. 1-1. Early stages of set number 3. Butler digs it up, play at the net, and very tight at the net. Brower couldn't get a good set.
Yeah, that one-handed set just to get it off the net, but it was ineffective this time. That was a beautiful serve by David Binder.
See if he can duplicate it here. Nope. That answers that question,
Not this
Steph.
time.
Josh Butler for the Bruins. Wow.
Point for point for missed serves.
Unforced errors like that. Peter Christian for the Saints. Brar. Fenton. Dug up by Binder. Christian gets a hand on it. Saints save it, give up a free ball. Butler to Brar. Low set to Adams. Dug up again at the net by Weigel this time. Back set to the other Fenton, and that one goes long and out.
That set was too tight to number 14's body on the Sheridan side.
Derek
Blew it out
Fenton,
the back end.
Derek Fenton didn't get everything on that one, Steph.
No.
It looked like it hit the top of his hand. And
He had to drop his elbow, and that's critical. It usually blows out the back end.
Jeremy Fenton goes up, and his kill is successful. A little bit of excitement there. Chris Adams.
I thought Dave was going to end up on the court.
West goes up, eases up. Bruins have to give up a free ball here. Waggle to Lapon. Lapon, short set to Waggle, and that works for the Saints.
That was a nice quick.
Well, that's like shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, he put lots of power into that one. Just rolled up Butler's arm.
Hernandez serving for the Saints. And he finds a hole in that defense. He picked that spot, Stephanie.
Oh, yeah.
He saw it and he went for it. Fenton to Brar. Quick set there as Domi got his hands on it. Fenton now goes up for the double block at the net. There's your man.
There's my man, the Blockinator.
The Blockinator, as Stephanie has dubbed him, Travis Waggle comes up with it, and
he shut down Jeremy Fenton.
And Coach Dave McAllister has seen enough. He wants to talk it over with his gang, as his team is down now 7-3 in this third set. 25-21, St. Clair wins the first set. Sheridan bounces back to win the second one, 25-20. And right now, 7-3, the Saints leading this one.
Well, that block certainly put up a lot of excitement within the St. Clair bench. They are excited.
Yeah, you can feel a little bit of a momentum shift again here, Stephanie, and that's what volleyball is all about. It's such a fast game. The momentum swings are unbelievable in this outstanding game. And
it's what I love about it is the graceful movements. I always tell the kids that I coach, it's almost like doing a waltz. Every single move has to be graceful. If you're out like a robot on the court, that ball's going to shank, it's going to chop, it's going to go everywhere you don't want it to go.
Well, it is amazing to see the way they're able to pass the ball and execute plays. Like you said, it's like that waltz, and boy, when it all flows together nicely, it looks unbelievable. Fenton goes up, dug up there by, I believe that was Binder. Saints give up a free ball. Brar sets over to Fenton again, off the spike. Hernandez tries to dig it up, and Saints can't get to it. Jeremy Fenton, number 11, doing the job that time for the Bruins. Derek Fenton now on the service line. Oh my.
He's left-handed and his hips were facing left. I don't understand how that happened.
Didn't look pretty, that's for sure.
No.
Connor West, the captain of the Saints, will try his luck on the service line. His team up 8-4 right now. Adams to Brar to Jeremy Fenton. Off the block, the Saints play it. Rankin's going to get it over to Hernandez. Backcourt spike. That's going to go wide out. Point Sheridan. 8-5 they lead. Or they're down, I should say. Saints up by 3. Binder to Lapon. Back to Waggle, dug up there by the Bruins. Hernandez to Lapon, to West. A little tip. Fenton digs it up. Hernandez, Lapon. Binder off the block. He gets it to go through. Well, you got to give the Saints credit there, Stephanie, for persistence.
Absolutely. And then not to mention Jeremy's feet were a little flat in the back row. That's why he couldn't make that pass. But we'll take it.
Travis Waggle has had a pretty good afternoon so far, serves. Butler just tips it, keeps it in play. Free ball coming up. West puts it over. Brar to Finn from the back court, off the net and out of bounds.
Sheridan's bench is arguing about another lift call that was not seen by the referees.
Travis Waggle continues to serve, his team up 10-5. Adams to Brar to Butler. Butler! That one goes out of bounds.
Oh, not enough topspin to keep that ball in the court.
And Sheridan's going to call a timeout. 11-5, the Saints leading this third set.
A little early to be calling that second timeout.
Similar to the first game, actually, the first set,
yes,
Stephanie.
Yes.
So we want to, again, remind the viewers on we-tv.ca that check us out periodically when you can. A lot of good things going on there. And we look forward to doing a lot more work here with St. Clair College in their athletic department. As I mentioned, we still have 2 more telecasts of volleyball. We're working on putting a deal together for the OCAA championships, which is very exciting.
Well, with this new facility, I'm sure they're going to be spending a lot of time building their programs.
Building programs, but it's great to get an event like that already in here, the provincial championships. You know, that's just outstanding to have it here, and certainly we're looking at being a big part of it, bringing all the action. So pretty exciting to do all that, and that happens when you get a new facility like this, though. People want to come and see it and use it, and again, congratulations to Dr. John Strasser and the Saints for putting this thing together. Free ball for the Saints. Lapon over to Binder, and that stays in bounds. Point St. Clair.
Deep to the attack line, the baseline.
Waggle. Fenton to Brar. Butler goes up off the block. St. Clair will play it. West to Lapon. Left hand spike, and Lapon caught him off guard, Stephanie.
On the second contact, you always have to be on your toes.
Lapon, a third-year player from Essex, Ontario.
Coach McAllister seems to be a little frustrated with the passing on the Sheridan side.
Adams to Brar to Butler. Butler just gets it over the net. Lapon sets up. West blocked at the net and falls for Sheridan. Butler is on fire. He just wants the ball every time now, Stephanie.
That was a really strong block. He really penetrated that net well.
Bobby Dammy on the line. Off the block, the Bruins will play it. Butler puts it right back. Maybe not a good play there. Hernandez down the line, and they're saying out of bounds.
He's really trying to get that open corner.
That serve goes long and out.
Another gift for St. Clair.
Lapon back set to Hernandez, and he plays it off the block.
Well, block wasn't set up properly. Number 10 did not get to Butler in time, and the ball bobbled in between the 2 blockers.
15-7 for the Saints. LaPon. Blocked at the net by Christian.
All by himself.
Substitution for Dave McAllister. Derek Finn's going to come out of the game and be replaced by Scott Wiseman, number 12. Jean-Marc LaPon on the service line for St. Clair. Off the net, played by the Bruins. Tipped by Butler, dug up by the Saints. Rankin back set to Blinder, goes up left-handed, and they're saying 4 hits, I believe.
I think it just went off the tape and not the block, so they called it 4 contacts.
Ricky Brar to serve for Sheridan. His team down by 8. Binder to LaPon. Free ball here for Sheridan. Brar back set to Butler. Dug up by the Saints. Rankin to Binder. Brar digs that up. Adams is going to go back to Butler. And they're going to Butler every chance they get, Stephanie.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Right to the tee and right on that sideline.
Chip at the net, and Butler is just in St. Clair's face all over the place right now.
Now he still needs a lot of work to get caught up to St. Clair's 16-point lead.
Rankin to LaPon, to Hernandez off the block, saved by the Bruins. Butler is going to go up, plays it softly. LaPon in the middle to Christian, play at the net. And they're calling it a net violation against St. Clair.
Yeah, Peter Christian's forearm was all over that net.
16-11, the Saints leading. Slowly but surely, though, Sheridan getting back into it. Rankin to LaPon to Blinder, dug up there by Fenton. Wiseman has to step back, and just not a good pass that time. St. Clair gets the ball back.
That was an overpass. He tried to bring it in, and it just wasn't working.
Dave Binder goes to the line.
I love his intensity. He's so focused.
Butler plays the serve to Brar. Back to Butler. I'll tell you what, Butler is just lights out right now. 4th-year player out of London.
He is hammering it down.
Saints dig it up. And Connor West didn't get the hit he wanted, obviously. And Rob Lynch now becoming concerned.
Oh, they're struggling with that overpassing. That was a good dig in position 1, though, by the St. Clair Saints.
Yeah, he's going to talk it over with his guys as Sheridan has pulled to within 4 of the Saints. 17-13 is our score. Don't forget to check out the Sports Den on we-tv.ca every Tuesday night. Sports Den live at 7 p.m. A lot of good sports talk there, Stephanie. If you like to talk about sports, that's the place you want to go to.
I believe I was on your show a couple of years ago.
Don't say it. Don't say it. I'm always getting reminded. So I'm at the end of my broadcasting days, and it's like people say, well, I was on your show about this many years ago. Yeah, okay. I get it.
Well, that kind of shows my age, too, so.
Yeah. Nah, you look good for your age, so that's the difference. But yeah,
well, Sheridan is getting back into this game. Dom, what do you think's going to happen?
Hey, you know what? 2 great teams here, obviously. And I'll tell you what, the Saints have to find a way to get Mr. Butler back in line, though, because he's just putting some big-time damage on them right now.
I don't think it doesn't matter where he goes. He'll be able to attack that ball.
Good serve from Butler. LaPon, short set to Christian, and Christian's been clutch, too, today. Comes up with a big hit there for the Saints.
He really pushed it through that net.
from Chatham, Ontario, fifth-year player for the Saints Peter Christian. Also a transfer from Seneca. And what are we getting here?
Connor West. Yeah, Connor West
was on
touched
the
that
net.
tape. He was hungry for that ball. He wanted to hit it hard down.
Substitution. Derek Fenton comes back into the game for Scott Wiseman, number 12. Hernandez with a good hit. The Bruins trying to dig it up. Free ball here for the Saints. Rankin to Lapine. Back to Hernandez off the block. The Butler plays it. Bruins go across to Fenton. Rankin digs that up. Lapine. Backcourt to Binder, and Binder gets it.
Hit right through that seam. It's so difficult defensively to go from the T part of the court and try to cut off that cross-court attack.
Hernandez serve goes long. 19-15 the Saints leave.
I can't believe the amount of missed serves.
I agree with you, Stephanie. A little bit surprising. Right there, though. Waggle comes back with a good kill.
Yeah, right in that seam. Cut right around the block.
20-15 the Saints leave. Connor West going to try to help increase that lead here. Adams, Brar, Fenton. Dug up by Rankin. Free ball here for the Bruins. Brar tries to catch him off guard. Blocked at the net by the Saints. Good tussle at the net there. The Bruins come up with it. Butler goes up. Dug up by the Saints. Lapine's going to save it. Hernandez. His spike dug up again by the Bruins. Fan's going to go up. Blocked at the net. Great action here. Butler goes up long and out. Wow, what execution.
They're trying to pull all the guns out to try to get back into this game, and they're still struggling. Can't afford to hit the ball out of bounds like that.
Wow, what action though.
It floated out of bounds. There should have been a lot more topspin on that attack.
Connor West. Fenton. Free ball for the Saints. West. Lapine. Binder! Dug up by Butler, but out of bounds. Boy, did Binder get all of that. He knocked the leather off the ball, Steph.
And into the top part of the stands, I must say.
Going to get a substitution here. Coming into the game is Stephen Carter, number 3 for the Saints. He'll replace Jean-Marc Lapine. So Carter in for Lapine. West continues to serve. Saints up 22-15. Fenton goes up. Very good kill there by number 11, Jeremy Fenton.
Well, the setter had no choice but to go outside. That high, hard, and deep serve had to be passed up high on the body, so there wasn't many options. Set that ball, but they made it happen.
Lapine comes right back into the game, replacing Carter. Oh, that serve stays in. Bad judgment by the Saints there. Fenton's serve just kind of floated there, Steph, and one of those seeing eyeballs.
Got to straddle that line, make sure it goes out of bounds.
Binder to Lapine, back to Hernandez, off the block and out of bounds. Saints ball. Saints up 23-17 now, the third set of this contest. Waggle gets the bounce. Oh my!
That was a waterfall, trickled right down to the floor.
That might maybe be home court advantage there, a little bit of home court advantage there. Travis will say, I practice that serve all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Set point here. Adams to Brar, to Butler. Butler pulls up, Saints handle it. Free ball, no. West goes for the spike and unsuccessful. Substitution, Sheridan Out of the game comes Bobby Dami, and into the game comes Justin Kong, number 9. He'll go right to the service line. Saints needing 1 point to finish this one off. West to Lapon to Hernandez. Free ball blocked at the net. Binder goes up, and it takes a Saints bounce, and that is this set. It goes to the Saints. They take the third set 25-18. They also now lead the match 2-1. Stephanie, I thought, again, the Saints handled the transition really well after losing that second set. You saw Binder step it up, even though Hernandez struggled a little bit, very active. Binder, though, stepped up for sure, big time. And also, you look at Christian with some real clutch timing kills for the Saints.
Yes, actually. And Travis Waggle was pretty effective for the team, too.
Yep.
All-around play.
So the
really
Saints,
well done.
The Saints will look to finish this match off in the fourth set here. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll continue our coverage of OCAA men's volleyball action on we-tv.ca.
Good evening, sir. Where are you coming from?
I was just at a buddy's watching a game.
Have you consumed any alcohol tonight?
I had a couple beers.
Thanks. Can I ask you to step out of the vehicle, please?
How many drinks does it take to impair your ability to drive safely? Having even just a few casual drinks can impair your driving ability to the point that you could lose your license for at least 3 days or more.
Hi, honey. Can you come pick me up?
Play it safe with alcohol. If you plan on drinking, don't plan on driving.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
He loves it. He loves it.
Great. Thank you.
No, just one more 30.
The first kiss. She's thinking about a million things, like should I lean in or let him? Do I close my eyes or open them? But for him, he's only thinking about one thing. Did she have peanut butter for lunch?
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex here in Windsor, Ontario. Dominic Pop along with Stephanie Wilson. OCAA men's volleyball action being featured here on we-tv.ca. The Saints and the Sheridan Bruins doing it up. A great contest up to this point. The Saints leading two sets to 1. Saints took game 1 25-21. Game 2 went to Sheridan 25-20, and the Saints just bounced back with a 25-18 victory. Some of the numbers, Stephanie.
Well, the entire St. Clair team has really worked hard here. There we go. I'm looking at Connor West. He had 9 kills. Jason Hernandez with 12 kills. Travis Waggle with 5 kills. David Binder with a whopping 10 kills. And Peter Christian was very effective with 7 kills.
All right. 2 teams are on the court. Set number 4. Opening serve goes to the Saints. Jean-Marc Lepon, who's had a good afternoon here so far. Butler over to Fanton. Fanton gives up the free ball. Rankin to Lepon. Back set to Hernandez. And
that was a lift.
A lift, or did it hit to the floor first?
It hit his hands.
I don't know. Hernandez got up pretty high for that one, that's for sure. 1-0 St. Clair, though.
No, Derek Fanton scooped it up with those hands.
Off the net and out of bounds. Sheridan takes over the service. Can't quite see. Oh, there we go. Ricky Brar on the service line. Rankin. West. Binder off the block, bounce, St. Clair digs it up. Binder will go up again. Dug up again by the Bruins, this time Fenton. At the net, the Saints make sure, as Butler couldn't get to it for the Bruins. (2-1) St. Clair. David Binder. Into the net.
Looks like that ball hit off his forearm and not his palm.
Josh Butler now will serve for Sheridan. Ow.
That toss was too far in front. That's why it went right into the net. A lot of power into it, though.
Fenton goes up, double block at the net. There's your man.
Wonderful. The blockinator, Travis Waggle, with assistance by Hernandez.
Yeah. Boy, Waggle just gets it down pat at that net, though, doesn't he? Very impressive. That serve goes long as Christian was looking for the corner there. 4-3, Saints leading this one, set number 4. Chris Adams now for Sheridan. Rankin, Lapon, West, dug up by the Bruins. Adams over to Finn, left-hander.
Right off the antenna.
Off the antenna, Saints ball.
Speaking of Travis Waggle, he was really effective at moving along the net and setting up that block. He still has time to set his body up and make that play.
That time the Bruins are able to get that ball through the block and get the service back. 5-4, St. Clair leading. Standing action here this afternoon at the St. Clair Sportsplex. Waggle, smart heads-up move there, Stephanie.
Way to use it.
Dominic Papa along with Stephanie Wilson bringing you all the action here on We-TV. Been fun, that's for sure. Connor West. Fenton, tight at the net there. Free ball given up here by the Bruins. Lapon over to Binder. Binder doesn't get everything on it. Butler digs it up. Brar tries to catch the Saints off guard. Good dig by Hernandez, but the Bruins put it right back and gain the point. 6-5, the Saints lead it.
A little bit slow transition off that net.
Jeremy Fenton now on the service line. Hernandez, that did go off Fenton, I believe. So that's going to be St. Clair's ball, and they get the point.
I think it still would have went in, even if he didn't touch it.
Looked like it was good, Steph. I agree with you. Travis Waggle from Kingsville, Ontario, fourth-year player. Lapon to Hernandez. Hernandez down the line. Saved by the Bruins here. Free ball coming up for the Saints. Christian to Lapon. Lapon! Again, we saw him do that earlier in the game.
That's
on the second hit.
He's left-handed, and he can hit that ball on 2, right to position 1.
Wow, what a weapon
thing.
for Coach
Lynch.
Coach, I've known Rob since childhood days, and boy, that's a sign, isn't it, Stephanie?
It was an exciting attack.
Yeah.
Got you flustered.
But what a great weapon for Coach Lynch to have, somebody that can do that.
Absolutely.
Rob's never going to let me live that down. Oh, well. 8-6, the Saints leading. Dami serve, handled by the Saints. Christian blocked at the net. Rankin digs it up. Lapon goes to Hernandez this time, and he's good with it. 9-6 St. Clair.
Right off the hands of Derek Fenton again. He really likes that seam attack out of the right side.
Lapon serve. dug up by the Bruins. That one's low and it doesn't connect. Goes out of bounds.
That was out of bounds.
Saints continue to lead here, trying to put this contest away. LaPon feints, digs it up. Brar over to Butler. Butler off the block perfectly and out of bounds. Sheridan gets the point and the ball back. Ricky Brar on the service line, number 7. And that goes out of bounds.
I was just going to say he's been struggling with the serve, and again, he's still facing either the net or out of the bounds.
Dave Binder goes to the line. That's a lift. Point St. Clair, 12-7. And Dave McAllister needs to talk it over with the gang, as his team's down 12-7 here in the 4th set. St. Clair trying to put this match away and looking to improve in the standings as well. If they do hold on here, they improve to 9-3. Still have 2 games on hand of Sheridan, but they tie them in the point standing with 18, so St. Clair really could help their cause here if they can hold on for a victory here.
Well, that 3rd set is usually the momentum setting set, and we'll find out if Sheridan can really dig themselves out of the corner that they've.
Well, they're in a little bit of a hole right now, that's for sure. Down 2 sets to 1, and as you mentioned, down here 12-7 in this 4th set. So still some good volleyball to be played, though. That's for sure.
Oh, Butler needs to make some really smart choices.
Well, again, we saw Butler take over in set number 2, Stephanie, and really put Sheridan back on the mapper, but he's been a little bit quiet here in this 4th set. And if I'm Coach McAllister, I mean, I don't know. For St. Clair. That helps Sheridan's cause right there. Speaking of Butler, he's on the service line. And that goes long.
Well, he's struggling with his topspin serve, and now looks like he's struggling with his floater.
Yep.
He tried to change it up, and it was ineffective.
It's something you really take for granted in this game, Steph, but boy, oh boy, it's a huge part.
Well, I'd like my opponents to earn their points if they're going to get points. No, I don't like giving points away.
Exactly. Adams with the serve. Binder to Rankin to West. West. What do they call it here? They're going to say it went long and out. Point goes to Sheridan. 13-10, the Saints lead it. Rankin. LaPon, Hernandez. Hernandez can't find that sideline. He's struggled a little bit here.
He pointed that thumb down to cut the ball and cut it a little too wide.
West, his spike dug up by Butler. Finn's going to go up for a kill. Saints dig it up. Here's West with a tip, trying to get it into the back court. Goes long. Rob Lynch, the coach of the Saints, said, okay, I need to talk to my guys. Another huge momentum shift here.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Again, you'll be able to see some more great volleyball action here on we-tv.ca in a couple of weeks. We'll be back here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex. To be exact, we'll be here. TV.ca, and also check our website out because there may be a rescheduled game We're still trying to confirm things with the Saints and that on February 4th. So if that does indeed happen, we'll have a couple of matches that week for you. So pretty exciting stuff. Check out we-tv.ca though for all your information. 13-12, Sheridan's got themselves back into this one as they were down. Adams continues to serve. He's been effective on the line. Rankin to LaPon. LaPon short set to West, and West gets it to fall as that was stuck in between Adams' hands. St. Clair gets the service back. Jason Hernandez goes to the line. Fenton's kill attempt goes wide. Saints go up 15-12. Butler to Brar to Fenton, off the block. Saints dig it up nicely. Free ball here for the Bruins. Tip, Hernandez there for the cover. And Tommy tries to kill it, and the Saints dig that up. Finn finally finds a hole in the Saints defense. Persistence pays off there for the Bruins.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play. A nice long rally for the gentleman.
Wiseman comes back into the game for the Bruins. Out goes Derek Fenton. Wiseman right to the service line. Rankin, LaPon gets it over the net. Brar to Fenton. Hernandez gets his hand on it. LaPon saves it right in front of us. Saints give up the free ball. And Fenton really starting to shine now for the Bruins. Number 11, Jeremy Fenton, taking the lead role here for the Bruins now as they're back in this game. Down a point, 15-14. Wiseman serves. Binder digs it up to LaPon. Short set to Waggle, but that goes long. We have a tie score here, 15-15.
Jeremy is pretty effective on both the right side and the outside.
That time Hernandez comes through as Christian Dela Cruz just couldn't handle that power.
Yeah, I think Hernandez put all his power into that one.
Connor West trying to open up the lead here for the Saints. Brar to Finn, and Finn has got the feeling right now. Ties this game up at 16.
He's cut the same spot a couple of times. St. Clair really needs to do some thinking about that and adjust their defense.
Fenton on the line. Rankin, LaPon. Hernandez off the block, gets it to fall.
Hammer time, right through the block. Oof.
What are they calling here? A Saints point.
That was a wonderful joust by LaPen.
Some good sportsmanship showed there by Butler. Like to see that for sure. Waggle to LaPon. And Binder saying that it was touched. I don't think he's getting a call here though, Steph.
No, I don't think so. Paul Higgins isn't even looking in his direction right now.
Coach Rob Lynch claiming that it was touched. Kong serve. LaPon, Binder off the block, and it falls for Sheridan. 18-18. This one going back and forth. Sheridan fighting to stay alive. The Saints want to finish this one off. Rankin, Lapon, Hernandez.
That was an off speed there, Dom.
Yep. Butler just gives up the free ball. Lapon, short set to Christian. Nice anticipation by Butler. Sheridan has captured the lead here, Stephanie. Rob Lynch doesn't like it. He wants to talk it over.
Dom, this is exciting. They're going point for point, really battling it out.
Back and forth. It's just like a heavyweight bout.
Mental strength is so critical in this because you can use all the power you want. 1 little inch makes all the difference.
Got to stay focused for sure. And like I said, it's like a heavyweight bout. They're throwing each other's best punch at each other. So.
Well, believe me, both sides are really putting all their power into their attacks.
We'll see what the Saints coach Rob Lynch can come up with as they're talking about it. 19-18, the Saints took the first set, 25-21. Sheridan captured the second set, 25-20. Third set went to the Saints, 25-18. And right now, as it stands, it's Sheridan 19, the Saints 18 in the fourth set here.
Well, let's see how the defenses are on both sides. That will probably be the determining factor for this game.
Continuing on the service line is number 9, Justin Kong from Burlington, Ontario, second-year player for Coach Dave McAllister. Rankin to Hernandez, dug up by the Bruins. Maybe not. Works out for the Saints.
That was just a mental error. A lot of hesitation there on that second contact by the Sheridan
Every
Bruins.
point so critical now, Stephanie. 19-19.
Can't afford a miss serve here.
Blocked at the net there by Christian. St. Clair grabs the lead right back, 20-19. Oh my, what a serve by Lapon. Wow.
Right into the pot, Dom.
And right away, Coach Dave McAllister wants a timeout. Realizing how critical all of this is, the Saints have grabbed a 2-point lead, 21-19.
A lot of top spin on that serve. That
Sure
was beautiful, well placed.
You can see that St. Clair bench, I believe that is. Coach Lynch really talking it up to the guys right now in this timeout as we take a look at the St. Clair College cheerleaders.
Looks like Coach McAllister is doing everything he can to slow down the game so they can regain the momentum that they need.
So Coach McAllister has talked it over with his guys. They are up against the wall a little bit here, Stephanie, as they are down 2-1 and down in this game, 21-19. The Saints have the serve.
I don't think Sheridan's going to go down without a fight. That's
No,
for sure.
no, I don't expect that as well. Lapon serve. Dug up by the Bruins, play at the net. Sheridan gets it back, and they're going to say 4 hits. Wow, tough call there.
I called a 4 contact.
Break for the Saints there as they take a 3-point lead now. Brar over to Butler. Butler off the block and out of bounds. Butler has been very good this afternoon. Derek Fenton comes back into the game replacing Wiseman. 22-20.
Oh, Ricky Brar's up to serve, and
Yep.
he's been struggling.
Good this time. Binder plays it to LaPon, back to Binder off the block, and Binder played that perfectly, Stephanie.
Pays to be left-handed on the right side.
23-20, the Saints a couple of points away from winning this match. Into the net, wow.
Not a good time for that to happen.
I don't know if it's ever a good time, but late in the game like this, though, Stephanie, maybe more critical. Off the block, the Saints dig it up, and out of bounds, though, unfortunately. It's officially a nail biter here, Stephanie.
It is.
Butler serving. LaPon back to Hernandez, and he gets it to go. Saints now with game, set, and match point here as Christian will go to the line.
Oh.
And that serve goes long.
Blew it out the back end. Not a good time. Sheridan can still get in this game.
Yep. 24-23.
They call that the money serve.
Why is that?
Well, if you miss it, then I guess you gotta either...
You're out of the money.
Yeah, you're out of money.
West up, and there it is. Connor West, the captain, finishes it off. The Saints win it 25-23. Game, set, match. They win it 3-1. Congratulations to Rob Lynch and the Saints. They also improved to 9-3 on the year. Sheridan now falls to 9-6. Stephanie, an overview of the match today.
Well, the game could have went to anybody. It was just a battle, and momentum switched on many occasions. A lot of missed serves, though. That could have been a critical factor in each of the sets, but St. Clair really managed to stay mentally strong and dominate the game.
So a huge win for the Saints. They were able to fight off Butler and Finn, who were very good for Sheridan today. And again, the Saints moving up in the standings here big time. Rob Lynch has his team in a very good position right now, sitting in third, tied with Sheridan, but also has 2 games on hand. And again, Saints volleyball teams will be back in action here at the Sportsplex next Saturday evening on January 31st. They'll take on Cambrian College. The women go at 6, the men at 8 p.m. Come on out and enjoy some great OCA volleyball action. Stephanie, it's a great day today.
It was. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so we appreciate your help. We'll look to doing some great work with you down the road. And
great.
Again, your knowledge is unbelievable, so we certainly are benefiting from that. So.
Thank you. I enjoyed myself, Tom.
All right, good stuff. I also want to give a shout out to our crew here at We-TV. Our camera guys today, Sean Mercer, Alex Flamia, Darren DiCarlo, doing a great job bringing you the pictures. Our broadcast team, our production team, led by Roger Fulbert and Christina Stoikovsky, making it all happen for you. So on behalf of everybody here at We-TV, this is Dominic Papa saying good day, take care everybody, and we'll see you all again very soon.